All right, what is up? Welcome, Sporter Kings. My name is Tank Kramer, Brian the Grizzly, and Brandman should be hopefully joining us shortly.
Hey, Tank, actually, I gotta leave for like 60 seconds because my daughters and my wife just screamed because there's a spider upstairs. So I have to go kill it, and then I'll come right
Go
back.
do your dad duties.
I have to go do it. I hear screaming, and she takes me a picture of a spider. I'm like,
All right, go.
so I'll be right back. I
what
was
you
trying to
gotta
flip the Avengers thing so that they don't block us, but give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right, all right, all
This
right.
is so crazy.
See, this is why we always start like at 10 o'clock. Something always happens. There's always something going on. Oh man. But what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Everyone go see the Odyssey. Definitely be talking about that tonight. Talk about that. We got the Lestat finale. We're gonna get into. I was disappointed it wasn't 2 hours because Brian got me all hyped up. It's like, oh, I think it's 2 hours. I'm like, oh hell yeah, but it was just regular hour. And then we got a new House of Dragon. It was episode five, I think. It was a good episode. I enjoyed that one. It was pretty good. And then of course we got the Avengers trailer. We're gonna talk about that. Me and Brian were talking about that. Saw it. Everyone saw it. So did you guys? And I know Collector, I know you saw it too. Did you guys see that other mommy trailer? Because I didn't see it because we walked in right when the movie was starting. So I come in 30 minutes late because I don't want to see any of the trailers anyway. Because usually I've seen them all. But everyone's talking about how creepy and freaky that other mommy with Jessica Chastain, how that trailer was crazy. The Odyssey, the second best Nolan film behind Inception. See, for me, well, we gotta do some ranking. Maybe not today, but maybe we'll do it Thursday. We'll rank Nolan's films. It's not the number one, but even Inception's not my number one. Just for me personally, I got to give it to Interstellar. Interstellar was great. Inception is definitely my top 3.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
What?
It's not the second best movie behind Inception. It's not.
No.
This is recency bias. Everyone's doing it now because just saw it. It's not.
It's good.
I have it number 4.
I think that's where I probably was gonna have it too. I think that's what I was gonna have it too. But I was gonna say Thursday we should probably rank all of Nolan's films because I think I've seen them all.
I have.
You're wrong. Yeah, I think I have it at number 4 because I like Inception more. I like Interstellar more.
Yep. Memento is so good. It's
Memento's up there.
Oh.
I would put. I don't know. I would still put Memento maybe in like somewhere between 5 and 10. Because I didn't
fall asleep during Memento.
I didn't. You fell asleep through this movie?
Oh, the second half. I mean, the second act.
Oh hell, bro!
Second and third act. Yeah.
If it wasn't for my ass falling asleep because I was sitting on those uncomfortable ass IMAX cushions, if it wasn't for that, like I would not even realize like
it's too fucking long.
It was. It was long, but I did not.
Oh,
it didn't. For me, it didn't feel like 3 hours.
Oh
it
shit!
Feel like 3 hours.
So it was like an hour and 45 minutes. I was looking at my damn phone like, shit.
Oh, you're crazy.
This been the fucking middle of this damn phone movie still. This makes no damn sense.
You're crazy. No, the runtime was not a problem for me. The audio, it was loud as shit, and then I was sitting right in front of the speaker.
It was distorted because I couldn't hear everything.
That's Nolan for you. He's been on that. Like,
fix your mic again.
No, he doesn't.
No, it don't sound echoey.
No,
test it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh no, hey, you're good. You're good. My bad.
No, I've just come to accept that about Tenet or Nolan because ever since
Nolan in general,
like
Tenet was the worst.
Yeah.
Tenet was by far the worst audio mixing. Whoever is mixing his audio just needs to, like, I don't know, is it a family member or like what? Like you need
you make this great movie. You're like, you gonna let anyone just do it? Anyone mix it?
because like the audio was great. I thought the music itself was really, really good, but it was loud as shit. It was loud, and I just figured because I was at IMAX and I had not the best seat, so I was a little further back. And in my theater, like if you're in the back, you're like 5 feet away from a speaker. Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. Like I can.
It's funny because I was in the exact same spot.
Man, so there's parts in that gets really stupid loud, and I'm like, man. And even Erica would like kind of put her finger. She goes, "It's really fucking loud." And I just thought it was just me in front of the speaker, and then starting to hear like everyone else is like, it was really loud. So
it was really, really loud. I was like, dude, this is kind of crazy. What the hell?
I was Tenet. Hey man, Tenet's garbage. Tenet's not garbage, man. It's I get why people.
I know you like it, but don't get me wrong. I
really
heard everyone I talked to also doesn't like it. So,
I thought Tenet was fine. I liked the idea behind Tenet. Versus the execution, but I didn't think it was by any means some big disaster. It's kind of one of my I don't want to say lesser Nolan movies because I'm kind of like
I mean, we compared to Nolan's,
yeah, because I usually enjoy everything Nolan does in at least some capacity. But I thought it was fine. It's not one of his ones that I go and rewatch. Like the Odyssey, I loved. I love Inception. You know, I love The Prestige. I love the first 2 Dark Knight movies.
The Prestige is great.
Prestige is great.
Yeah, The Prestige is great. I loved like I said, I've come to appreciate more about Interstellar, especially after rewatching it to get ready for the Odyssey. So that one's growing on me. That one I used to not really mess with upon release, but I've been coming around to Interstellar.
Oh, I love Interstellar.
Oh, Interstellar is one of my favorite movies in general.
You know, I love you know, like freaking obviously we were talking about Memento.
You're overrated, Fernando. You're overrated.
He put a black hole on screen, and the way he was described a black hole by all these scientists and physicists and all this, he's like, well, this is probably how it's going to look. And then like a few years later, it's exactly how it looked. I was like, come on, like, you know, and again, the sound, the audio, great. The sound mixing, again, is another movie that gets way too loud at some ports and then it's just like, you're like, what the hell's wrong with you? Is he deaf? He might be deaf. Like Nolan might be partially deaf, you know, like that's the only explanation, you know, because you had Ludwig, you know, who did Mandalorian, Sinners, and stuff like that. He did the sound for this one, so like the sound itself is not the problem. It's mixing the sound that's the problem. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
The Tenet, Memento, and Dunkirk. You put Memento at the bottom. I'm assuming that's your bottom list.
Yeah, Memento is so fucking good. The fact that it came out, you didn't realize how long ago it
my
came
number
out?
5. Yeah, that's old. It's old. Yeah. Dunkirk is my least favorite. It just didn't do anything for me in general. You know, it looked great, but it was missing like the soul. You know, I think that he's really good at putting in. You know, Dunkirk was just kind of, I don't know. It just didn't do it.
So I'm reading this ranking of the Nolan movies. Number 1, they have Inception.
Makisha. Just out by saying Lucas lives.
That's awesome. Number 1's Inception. Number 2, they have Dark Knight. Number 3, they have The Prestige. Number 4, they have Memento. And not just Memento, they say it's Oscar worthy, unbelievable. Number 5, they have fuck that. Fuck this list. Dark Knight Rises should not be eating.
It should not.
Nolan movies.
It definitely should not.
Number 6, they have Oppenheimer. 7, they have Interstellar. 8, they have The Odyssey.
Wow.
9, they have Batman Begins. 10, they have Tenet. 11, Insomnia. 12, Dunkirk.
Main thing that I gathered from that is that The Dark Knight Rises should not be that high on that list.
Yeah,
Dark Knight Rises. Oh my
over
God.
Oppenheimer, over
Over
Odyssey?
Oppenheimer.
Over the
Yeah.
Odyssey?
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
No.
Over the
Over
Interstellar?
Interstellar?
Like, no, there's no way.
I like the Dark Knight Rises, but
I don't like it. I don't like it. They could have done some things that could have made it better, and just.
I appreciated that.
Check out your.
I appreciated that Nolan with the Dark Knight Rises, like, told a contained, like overall a very contained story. He didn't like do really any sequel bait or anything like that. So I appreciate that he wrapped things up with it, but you could just tell he didn't bring the same. The movie just kind of felt like it was going through the motions, and I think it's kind of easy to tell when Nolan is just kind of over it and wants to move on to something else. And that movie felt like he was very much over it and was ready to just move on.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I mean, he tried tying the first one into it, with the consequences of the second one into it, and then he tried to finish up the story. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't the best.
No, it wasn't,
especially coming after like one of the best.
I didn't feel that investment that I did in the Dark Knight, which I can say that Batman Begins I'm very fond of, dare I say, the most of that trilogy, but the Dark Knight, I can't deny the fact that it is the superior movie. I can't deny that.
Dark Knight Rises is because I look at the comic books and what it should have been and what we got, and I can't come together with both those two things. And I'm the
same way.
It's not good. Like it's not bad. It's not a bad movie, right? It's just not where it should have been. It should have been really, really good, and they did not give it. It was just a regular ass thing. He says cabbage.
I think I mean, especially after watching the Odyssey, he does something where he's like, all right, everyone knows this story. Everyone, same with Batman. And he tries to make it more real and ground it, in the sense of like, it's still Batman. So it's like, there's a limit of how real you can get, same with the Odyssey. It's like, there's a limit of how real you can get it. But he does that, where in the first one, he made it more real. The second one, it was really good, really grounded. It makes Joker more like kind of not as clownish and more like psychotic. And then but then you bring in somebody like Bane and Talia al Ghul, and it's like, dude, especially Bane. Bane is so very cartoony.
It was so weird. The whole thing was just weird. I have no idea why he was doing it. Like
I could not take Bane seriously in that movie. Much as I love Tom Hardy,
it's like, what the fuck are they doing?
Bane was a joke. His voice was a joke. The way that he looked was a joke. The way that
I like the way he looked. I didn't mind the way he looked.
Fine. He
looked
fine.
I thought he looked so silly.
The reasoning of Bane didn't make sense, and then he broke his back, and then he's back. Like how you gonna ground it? It just didn't make sense. All this shit didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And you know why? I know you love Batman Begins. You know why I didn't like Batman Begins? Because Ra's al Ghul was underwhelming, and he should not been that underwhelming. They should have done more with Ra's al Ghul.
No, I get that. Or
that pisses me off so much.
I'm inclined to say that they even could have done a completely different villain just to kind of fit into that hyper realistic tone that Nolan was going for. But I get how they wanted to tie it into his origin. It was just like I get what they were going for with it, but again, you're kind of there's kind of a small amount or like a very specific amount of villains you can use for that hyper realistic Nolan approach, and maybe Ra's al Ghul was just wrong for it.
But on the flip side,
grounded superhero movies are stupid. Yes, but Batman's not a superhero. I said it. I don't care. He's not a superhero. He's a dude. He's a hero. He's a regular ass guy with a lot of money. He is not a superhero. So it can be grounded because he does regular shit because he has to deal with regular shit.
Yeah,
It's just
I
the
get,
one player that can be.
and with someone like Nolan and the state of the Batman movies at that time, I get the realistic. I hate using this word too much because it was flogged to death at the time, but I do get the realistic, gritty approach that they were going for. It was kind of necessary at that point in time. You know, we were 8 years off. We were 8 years off Batman and Robin. The Batman movies were just like in a total state of distress. So I get the reasoning behind that grounded approach. That's when superhero movies were still, or comic book movies in general, were still kind of finding their groove. So I understand. I understand the why.
I was looking at Mama Bear's thing. That's just hilarious.
No, did you? Okay, I just Mama Bear sent a DM saying Brian should cosplay as this for.
That's so funny because that would be me. Oh my god.
Well, let's see.
Oh, this is
bring it up if you can.
Hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Also, I laughed that hard when I see it.
I didn't hear it. I just saw it and I already like, saw it. Yeah. But you got to there's a clip of somebody talking about the Dark Knight Rises. They were an extra in the stands of the stadium, and they're like, okay, this is gonna happen, so we just kind of need you all to like kind of play along, blah blah blah. And so she's just a regular person, right? And she said then he got on the mic and he started talking, and she like looked over and started laughing. She goes, that's not the voice he's gonna use in the movie, right? And she's like a lot of people were like laughing, like, because that's the first time they heard it, because he comes out and he's pretty, he's on the big screen and everyone sees him and they're like, okay, he's a big dude, and then he starts talking and they're like, wait, what? So yeah, this is hilarious.
I you saw me just laugh as soon as I saw it, so like, come on.
This is X-Men 87. I'm gonna go back to the 80s for this, right? If you dress up like that and you get a wig, we gotta find like a little mini player to play this like constantly.
I want to be look at that. I want to be the guy in the purple. That'd be awesome. That was good, Mama Bear. I literally watched it and started laughing. It's so good.
You can do like both. You just like have your regular hair, and then like when you want to like do that, just throw on the wig. We for sure like there's like mini players that you just hit the button and it plays the music. We just have that hanging on your belt, so you just press the button and you get a little the spray bottle. Just.
Yeah, 100%. I love it.
That's definitely X-Men 87. That's cool. Man. That Bishop went a little too far back in the past.
Oh man, that's so good. Oh man, thank you, Mama.
That was funny.
I needed that.
So I saw it without any audio, and that's the first thing that popped in my head was the song, and then I saw the little pop up, and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure he's singing it.
Oh man, that's so good. All right. We waited long enough. Let's just get the Doomsday stuff because I
have not been. I've been saving this. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, so I stopped myself.
Steve Rogers is a grounded superhero.
He's a super soldier.
He's a super soldier. Batman's a dude. Mm-hmm. He ain't got no super soldier, nothing. He's just a dude.
Yeah, I don't know. And I know that people. I know that people say that. And I've said this myself, Batman has, is like not a peak human, but is peak physical state, but I still can't call him a superhero.
Yeah, but I get what like he's saying. Like Steve Rogers is grounded. Like he was created in World War II to fight the Nazis, and then in order for like there to be the other side, the Red Skull or whatever. All those cool. That Scotty Young.
Yep.
Nice.
Just got these two. So
nice.
Send them
in. So I mean, I get what you're saying that Steve Rogers could be grounded. But then again, he's
still a super soldier. Like it's hard to say he's grounded.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a super soldier. It's just
yeah. Survived being frozen in the ice for 75
But
years.
that's the thing. I would say maybe it was the original creation was grounded, but I mean he's not grounded anymore. I mean, the dude fights aliens and shit.
I'm not even sure how the original guy is grounded. I mean, like literally, you create him in the lab. Like,
yeah.
Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna open my window. Let some air.
But he's just like a guy fighting Nazis. He just had superpowers. So it's
superpowers, yeah. But he's fighting.
But I mean, does having superpowers make it grounded or not grounded?
Yes, I think as soon as you have the thing that Batman's grounded is because he has no powers. He literally, his powers is the power of planning, the power of plot armor, the power of what?
So if Batman goes to Apocalypse and starts fighting Apocalypse, you're gonna say that's still grounded?
I think Batman himself is still grounded. He's still just a dude. It would be like me or you going to go fight Apocalypse. Apocalypse is still Apocalypse, but it's still us. There's no difference. Like, it's still just flesh and blood, and it's Michael Jai White going to go fight Apocalypse. It's just a dude who knows how to do karate and jujitsu and every other martial arts. It's just a dude. That's the problem. Iron Man's just a dude in a tin can. Oh wow, that is crazy. So, well, technically he's grounded. He's now he's 6 feet under. Oh. That's grounded. I don't know if you get much more grounded than that.
Oh man, yeah.
It says I will neither deny or agree that I have seen the trailer. So they called me. Some guys called me, and I was like, wanted to do a trailer reaction. I was like, nope, guys, I got to do this. Promise everyone, we're gonna do it here on Spoiler Kings. Before I do it, I cannot react to anyone else except for this right now because I couldn't wait. Can't wait. But I also know that a lot of people have been getting canceled, or banned from doing it.
Being done it.
Yeah. So I flipped it. So there's 2 options. You can do the regular one. You can do the flipped one. So
do the flip one. I doubt anybody's gonna read anything. Just when it says Avengers Doomsday, just
no. Just go like this.
Yeah. You grab a mirror and look at the mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm cool with the flipped one. It's a good call. Did you flip it or did you find a flipped one?
I flipped it because I saw DreamHack have problems, and I was like, I didn't want.
Why is this off-centered?
Problem. It's a good question. Because it's supposed to be only 2 in there.
Yeah, but it should still be centered. There you go.
Yeah.
So DreamHack was having issues. I get it. It's brand new, and Marvel's probably hitting it hard. But
I mean,
usually if you file,
it could save us, but I just figured why not?
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't think it's that big of a deal. All right. Break that down. All right, let's check out the trailer. Because I've been super excited to watch it. People are getting takedowns. Sometimes. I mean, especially like early on, if you do it like right as the trailer pops out, And also, they were live. Were they just replaying the trailer over and over again on a live stream, like Marvel?
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
That's what I thought. They just showed it, and they wanted to be the first one to release it, and it's going over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, because I saw they were live. I clicked on it, and it was a trailer, so I clicked off, and I was like, and then I'm like, are they just live streaming the trailer on repeat? I don't even know how long that stream was for. So. All right, let's check this out, and then because probably won't be able to hang out too much with all the other stuff because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
a lot to talk about.
Because Odyssey deserves it, Lestat deserves it, and I didn't hate House of the Dragons.
It was a good episode.
It was fine. Yeah,
it was a good episode. I wasn't bored.
Oh,
at least they went back to the format of the last 15 minutes was really good.
I went and got my tickets for Doomsday. I didn't know who was gonna come with me, so I just bought tickets. So I bought 2 tickets. I was like, well, whatever.
No, I am not getting tickets for this trite.
They're like selling out.
Yeah,
they're like selling out already.
The first day is gone.
Yeah, all the Dolby, the ones I go to by me, only the Dolby screen.
Only Adobe screen. Okay, I'm guessing only the Adobe screen sold out, or I'm not sure what happened. Just kind of stopped right there. We're gonna wait for Tank to see if he comes back. Nope, he didn't move. All right, well, while we do that, we'll go ahead and go through some more of the comments. That's going to show the ranking of the Christopher Nolan movies. We will go over that because I think we're going to rank it. We said we're going to rank Christopher Nolan movies on Thursday. So Fernando, what's up? A says he's a super soldier with a shield that's made out of basically magic. Exactly. How can he be grounded? Exactly. He's a super soldier with a shield that's made out of magic. Yes. So Fernando say I saw it 3 times already. Mama Bear's watched it a few times too. That's an Ace already said. I will not deny or agree that I have seen the trailer. Before you guys start, can you pull up collector's list, please? We're going to have to wait. We'll do it when we do the Nolan Day after we do our review. Someone bear hug me tight. Hug me close. Iron Man's a dude in tin can. Natik says, Spoiler Kings, grounded comic book characters. Spider-Man, but is he grounded? Is Spider-Man grounded? I mean, he got bit by a radioactive spider.
I think his trials and tribulations are relatable. I wouldn't call him grounded.
And even the people that he's fighting are maybe Electro.
Yeah.
Sandman. I don't know. I mean, I guess the Green Goblin could be just, maybe, but
yeah.
But I think he himself is not grounded. And that's why I'm saying. I'm saying the characters. Spider-Man is not just a dude. Spider-Man has superpowers and he has like the strength of like a 1,000 men. Like he's able to do a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure that he himself is grounded.
Yeah, he himself, no. Some of the stuff that he deals with, like, getting to class on time, his, being broke, looking after his aunt, stuff like that. Some of the things that he does in his everyday life are very normal and relatable and very everyman. But yeah, the stuff that he could do, shit, I wish I could,
swing through the
air and be able to lift like a metric ton and stuff like that.
Exactly. He's like 100 times his body weight and all the stuff like he's able to. He can contend with the Hulk when he's punching him, and he's able to bounce right back. Like he's relatable but not grounded.
He's relatable but not grounded. Yeah. I definitely agree there.
Said Poison Ivy grounded? No, but Poison Ivy is the villain. I think that he might deal with villains, but he himself is grounded because he's just a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's my thing. To be fair, I'd have money on Michael Jai White, Doomsday, and Michael Jai White. Don't let him get that sidekick in.
Right.
So Batman's plot armor is stronger than cheating women and taking accountability.
Holy shit. Okay.
I wasn't ready. Oh man.
Oh man. I'm not gonna comment on that.
So I probably saw it 3 times. Thanks, Fernando.
Nice.
That's Spoiler Kings. There is a new cut of Manhunter being released. I heard that.
I heard about that. Interesting. And Manhunter's always kind of slept on.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the original Hannibal Lecter. It's the original Red Dragon movie. Heck, but yeah, that I'd be interested in watching that. Because I've always liked Manhunter.
He says, "Yeah, it's because I've seen so many reactions. I haven't watched it, but there were a lot. Yes, I know. There's all over the place. And we'll get it started. As soon as Tank decides to get back, I'm guessing. I don't know if he had to reset his computer or if the power went out because the power has been going in and out for us too. If something happens to everyone, stick around. It usually stops when you stop playing it. Yeah. If it does happen, you just stick around. We'll get it back. So I think House of Dragon was very mid. It was better than last episode.
Definitely, yeah. I definitely liked it a lot more than I did the last episode, for sure. It's kind of a step up than the last one or two, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like we're again kind of building towards something. We just need ultimately the payoff.
Yeah. But I understand why people like it. I can understand the intrigue and all that stuff, why someone likes this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, the first days are gone around here too. Yeah, all the first days are gone. So I got my tickets for first day, day one. Yeah, I got my tickets for day one immediately. After seeing it came out, I didn't watch the trailer. I've heard great things about it. I was like, I'm done.
For Doomsday?
Yeah. It's so good.
No comment.
It's gonna be. You're gonna enjoy it. All right. He likes the trailer
I
so
hope
good
so.
he froze.
I hope I'm wrong about this trailer.
I've heard great things. We'll see. We show the listing. I have to. You understand? I have to pull it up and do all this stuff. But it also will start a new topic that I'm not ready to do. Okay, he redid his play. He did. It should be coming soon. The trailer didn't do very much for me. It didn't get chills like Doom 3 did. But you didn't want to watch like Doomsday. You didn't want to like Doomsday, so I don't know. Spider-Man is not grounded. Spider-Man is not grounded. I agree.
No.
So Delta Dan says, "What's up, y'all?
What's going on, Delta?"
Spider-Man is occasionally grounded. Bond May.
That's good. I like that.
House of Dragons mid, go figure. Come on, you better stop with the hate. The UK released Manhunter. I actually just pre-ordered it. Really? That's awesome. Okay. So I like that. That's a good joke. Let's see if I can pull up what he got for there. Did you? So when you went to go see Doomsday, did you? I don't know what to ask. Did you see other mommy?
Did I? When I went to see the Odyssey?
Yeah, it was a trailer called Other Mommy with Jennifer Chastain.
No,
dude, that trailer is creepy as hell. People were talking about like, look, just Google it or look on social media about Other Mommy. Good Lord.
Jessica Chastain?
Yeah.
It was creepy.
It was straight. You know, I don't like scary movies. It was interesting and it was creepy as all hell. People were like saying, leave the theater. People were getting up and like, wow, that was too much.
Interesting. And it takes a lot to legitimately creep me out.
Dude, other mommy was woo. I was like, bruh.
That crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I'm reading the synopsis for it right now. So we're talking about something that does this trailer actually show something coming out of the closet?
I don't want to ruin it, but it's literally it looks like her mom.
Is Jessica Chastain the mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
because
really
it doesn't look
creepy.
like the trailer's out yet, but
No, it's not. The trailer is
but
not
I'm
out
seeing what
yet,
people are saying that
dude. I promise you, like literally,
Mm.
it creeped the hell out of me. People were getting up out of the theater and walking out because it was serious.
what? So in other words, this is a trailer I need to watch during the daytime where there's people around and I'm not at home by myself, huh?
You need to watch it at nighttime and see how creepy it can get.
Yeah, because
There it is.
if
Sorry about that.
yeah, if it's too creepy, that's one of those. And like I said, it takes a lot to really freak me out. So if I gotta, sounds like I'd be. If you're saying it's especially creepy, I'd probably sleep with a light on and like my bat and my knife next to me.
Hey,
Just in case.
and then you're gonna see someone look like your mother come out the closet. That's gonna be even worse.
Oh, jeez.
So collector says, I saw it. It looks creepy as hell, but I'm kind of intrigued by Jessica Chastain in it.
Mm-hmm. And this is right around the corner. It comes out in October, Halloween season, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me. We'll see. No, just me, not them. Just me.
Mm-hmm.
Just me. 100%.
I want to see the trailer. I didn't get a chance to see it, so I want to see it, and just because everyone's talking about it.
We should definitely play the trailer on here if it's out. It's not out yet.
It's not out.
It's not out yet. We tried and it's not out. Yeah. You guys review it. I suggest tagging in Kal-El. He loves horror. I mean, I will watch it. I'm just not going to go see that movie. But you know what? I'm not too afraid of it because you know what? If I could punch it, I'm okay with it. That's usually my rule. If I could punch it in the face, then we good.
Can you punch a supernatural entity though, and it actually does anything?
That's a good question.
I mean, you could punch Jason, but he's probably not gonna feel it, right?
But Jason, I'm like, well,
we've
Jason's
seen what
gonna
happens. Well, we've seen what happens in Jason Takes Manhattan when someone tries to punch him.
I forgot about that movie.
Facts, Fernando. I could see. I could shoot it with a shotgun. Where's that? Yeah.
When with Michael Myers, they literally shot him, beat the shit out of him, and then he got up and killed
lit him on
everybody.
fire, and he still did it. He was like, well,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good.
All right, you ready?
All right. Try this again.
Let's
go.
check it first. We make sure it's all.
I think it's good because this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because it's off of your computer, so it should be good.
Sure.
All right, let's watch this trailer. Let's go. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. We got another trailer reaction for you guys. This one is the brand new Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday trailer that dropped today. So everyone's talking about it. I know I avoided it. I think you guys avoided it as well. So yeah, so this is our first reaction. We saved it just for you guys for the live.
I'm excited.
I hope I'm wrong.
We'll see. But it's also FYI if you're watching live, it's flip. So if you're watching our replay, we'll see how bad Marvel wants to hit everyone. So it might be flipped, it might be straight. It depends on how Disney wants to act. But let's check it out. Let's go.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. aside your petty squabbles. I presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. Mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
Vision.
What the hell is Infinity Vision? What even is that?
4
Okay.
months, 27 days, 15 hours, 59 minutes, 57 seconds.
Okay. What do you guys think?
It's been a very long time since a trailer has made me feel an overwhelming sense of nothing like this. I felt nothing watching this trailer. It's so remarkably meh. I can't even call it meh. It just seems like they're ticking a lot of boxes. And like I said, they're just banking on nostalgia at this point. It looks like it's gonna freaking walk back Endgame. What is Infinity Vision? What is that? What even is Infinity Vision? Why are we've been waiting for all these years for Shang-Chi to come back, and the best they have to show for that, rather than giving him a sequel at this point in time, is him fighting Gambit for God knows what reason. Steve, like I would have preferred they kept Steve Rogers kind of under wraps until the movie came out. Everything about this just screams desperate and reactionary. I'm going to see Dune that day. Screw this. Reactionary bullshit.
I liked it. Because I'm like seeing Doom is interesting, you know.
And you know what? I was hoping I'd be a little more excited about Dune, but even him, you know, like it felt like there were stakes with the Endgame and Infinity War trailers, and there was payoff with Thanos. There was build up to Thanos. They're just dumping Doom in because they backed themselves into a corner with the whole Kang situation. That so I'm not even invested in Doom. He's just showing up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everything that happened with Jonathan Majors with King and stuff, like it definitely they had to figure something else out.
Yeah,
so it definitely feels like a plan B kind of.
Yeah, and they went crawling back to the Russos to save their asses, even though they said like like they were going to move forward with the new generation of heroes, which made sense because Endgame was an end of an era. It felt like it very much wrapped those characters' stories up. And now they're coming, and now they're they went crawling back to them to bring them into the fold. Because we got your favorite actors back. Come give us your money.
Yeah. But I mean that's what comic books do. Like, oh, Superman died, and then he comes back. Oh, Professor X died, and then he comes back. Oh, remember when Batman died? And then he came back. So it's like if it makes sense on why Steve Rogers is young, I'm fine with it. It could be as easy as like in this new world he finds out like Doom is coming, so he like he freezes himself again or some shit. He does like a Futurama kind of scenario. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm willing to give them a chance because at least with Marvel, they don't miss. You know, so I'll give them the benefit of that. You know, with the Russos and Kevin Feige, it's hard to say like they suck. You know, when everything they made is like some of the best MCU stuff.
They've given us like some of the best MCU stuff, but
yeah, and especially dealing with the Jonathan. I mean, I still think they should have just kept Jonathan Majors and figure something out, but they went the way they went, so they definitely had to go plan B.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
yeah,
it doesn't look bad. I think it looks good. I'm interested. But I do agree. I'm not as hyped as I am with like Endgame and Infinity War. Mm-hmm. I'm just not, just because there's no build up.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick before you go, Brian. So I had to look it up. Infinity Vision is the premium large format movie theaters that's created by Disney. So it guarantees the auditorium meets the technical standards, including a minimum screen width of 45 feet, 4K laser projection, and immersive audio. So it's not quite a standard film, but it's not quite IMAX. So it's like, it seems like it's more of an in between. Like it's super high def and bigger than normal a little bit, I think, but it's not full IMAX kind of thing. But it's created by Disney, so of course Disney's like, no, use our special shit, because of course. So yeah, that's what Infinity Vision is, So all right, what do you think, Brian?
I think everything that Brandman said was what I would have said before I saw the trailer. I don't think that has anything to do with the trailer. I think it has everything to do with my feelings and for the movie, because there's no buildup. That has nothing to do with the trailer itself. So the trailer itself, it didn't tell me anything, which is fine. This is kind of what I want with trailers. I don't want it to tell me. Really, we're doing the middle of my reaction. Really. So I don't really want to know. I think this is what it's supposed to do. I think it's supposed to give you information just enough to kind of, get you hyped for the movie. I can't compare it to Infinity War or to Endgame, because I don't think that's what you really. That's not what we're getting for it. I understand what they're doing. I am less excited than I was for Endgame or Doomsday. Endgame or Infinity War, but I am still excited because it's an Avengers movie, and I think this is I think it did a good job, and I think it answered a lot of the questions, and it made him feel more menacing when you see, and this is why they chose this specific scene, to see Thor with it, use all his power, because you remember what he did to Thanos. If he just would aim for the head, Thanos would be dead. No question about it. The fact that he's the one saying that this is the biggest threat, that does give me some pause to say that this could be good. And this is the first time we've seen anything from this movie, and we still, in 4 months, I'm okay with this being the first trailer. I don't need to know anything else, and I'm going to see it, but I'm not going to go in there with the expectation that it's going to be the greatest movie that's going to ever grace film. But it could open a can of worms that I can enjoy Secret Wars even more, because this is a decent movie, and that's all I'm asking for. I want it to be a good movie, a good enough movie for me to really enjoy Secret Wars, and then have maybe another movie in between somehow. And if they do that, and Spider-Man gets me hyped, then I'm gonna be down with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's still stuff in this trailer that, I mean, granted, like Steve Rogers, but Steve Rogers was not dead. He went back in time, and we got older Steve. So it's like he's not dead. So we know like he's doing his time stuff. Where Iron Man or Tony Stark he's like dead. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, and I know they're gonna do it, because of course they're gonna do it eventually. We haven't seen them. Well, no, but in the trailer, we haven't seen the rest of the crew realize who's under that mask yet. And I think that's going to be like the moneymaker. And I hope they don't do that in the trailer.
They better not.
I hope they don't do that in the trailer.
If they do it in the trailer, I will be more like him, be a little bit more upset, because I don't want to see this in the trailer.
Yeah, because
even though we all know it.
Yeah. Yeah, like we all know it, but I want to see like what's because you know you have your big three, you know, at least for the MCU is Iron Man, which is in this one is going to be Doom, but then you still got Steve and Thor, so these guys they're coming back together, and then you have everyone else and blah blah blah. But like when those two guys realize who that is, like I'm really curious to see what the reaction is and what's going to happen, and like does Doom know who Tony Stark is? Like.
That's gonna be a question. Does Thor already know who Tony Stark is? Right? Does he know? Does he know that Doom is the face of Tony Stark? And that's
because you see him walking in with Fantastic Four in the beginning. So it's like, so because we saw he has his mask off when Franklin is touching his face and stuff like that. So it's like, is there a Tony Stark in that universe? Like, so I'm kind of curious to see because the Bruce already came out and they said like, no, this isn't like an alternate version of Tony. They said this is Victor Doom. So I'm kind of curious to see how they handle the you look just like my best friend kind of shit, So hopefully they don't ruin that in the trailer, because I would be kind of pissed off if they do that, but Steve, like I kind of agree with Brandon, where it's like they should have kind of saved it, but you need to kind of hype it a little bit.
No, yeah, because what's the point? Now at this point, we all know what's going on. We all see he's doing press releases. He's hyping the movie. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like at this point, we already know enough. So
and even in the MCU, like there's still like rumors, because remember in Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's like, oh, there's a rumor he's on the moon, or he's this. So it was like, so there's still like in the MCU people thinking Steve is still alive, somewhere. So as long as it makes sense on why he's young, that's all.
My question is that the same Captain America that was in this universe, or is it a different one? And when he says, "Hey, buddy," he's talking about his Thor from his universe. Is that possible?
Well, if it was, would he? It might be a little less it might be a little less certain whether he were able to summon Mjolnir. Hence why Thor held up the hammer.
No, you're right. But if you're worthy in any universe, would it still be worthy? Because Steve Rogers, the way he is and who he is always worthy, right? That's who he is. I don't think it's universal, dependent. That's not just who that's the character is. I could see it being possibly that in every universe he's worthy of Mjolnir, and that's not our Captain America. This is not our Steve Rogers.
Where's seeing Shang-Chi? I thought was cool.
Yeah, I've been waiting for him to come back.
Yeah. Where is this? Marissa Tomei?
It's Rebecca Romijn.
Rebecca May. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Wrong.
No, it's not Aunt May. It's not Aunt May.
Yeah, it's wrong. Yeah. I think that's her, right? And it is, because I remember her saying like she's glad she doesn't have to be naked.
Yeah. Put her on some clothes.
Yeah, because how old is she? I mean, I'm great, and like I'm sure.
I don't think it's a problem.
She's like, I think she's like 52, 53.
Okay, who's this on the left all the way at the end here? Because that's Bucky.
That looks like Ghost.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, but I was looking for the Loki.
We looked at the TVA card and all that stuff.
Because awesome. That's awesome. Oh my god, get him in his real outfit, not fucking leather spandex. I know it might have been a little further ahead or something like that. But
I thought it was there too. So you know what really didn't hit me? For everyone with the Fantastic Four didn't really get to me.
Yeah,
I was like,
because their movie wasn't the best. So like you're like, oh hey, look who's here. You're like, yeah, cool, I guess. Like,
where's your son?
Yeah. Because here we have there's pretty much all the Avengers with the Z, and then the other Avengers. And then Fantastic Four. So, okay. But no, because the thing was with Loki was he didn't look like a god. You know what I mean? Like he looked like the TVA.
Mhm.
You know,
But he had
regular
a
Loki.
TVA card, and
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let's look at it.
Was it?
Let's
You just wanna
mute it
play it
and,
again?
and play it.
And then
mute
play
and
it. Yeah. So Xavier School, you know. Yeah, I think you're right because I know because I was saying who voices that might be Nightcrawler because it has that.
It sounded like
Accent.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, because even that I'm kind of curious. Is that an incursion going on?
You know, because the rumor was that X-Men have been, you know, killing other universes by killing, you know, their people and destroying their heroes. So they've been surviving off of it, and then maybe it comes to an end. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Ant-Man, what the fuck is Ant-Man there?
He killed Kang.
Just a dude. He ain't even got money. He ain't got no fighting skills. He's a dude.
See, I wonder where they're at there because the statues and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is it in his dream?
Like some realm or something like that.
Why is Gambit the same player as Shang-Chi? I don't understand that. Right there, we saw the TVA, and then we saw Loki right there.
Yeah.
The World Tree.
The World Tree. Or the branches, and then that. I can't tell where he's at, but I wonder is this the same Loki at the end of Loki season 2 where he like loses the branches to like, you know, Doom and like he has to like go out, or is this a different version of Loki because now we got all that, you know, kind of shit going on?
That's not God Emperor, you know, like whatever.
Yeah.
That's not the one the man between time that's holding all this stuff together. I don't know. That's
You're saying
crazy.
that's Doom? That's Doom's voice?
Yeah, that's
does not.
You can definitely hear like a little bit of Robert Downey Jr. in there.
Okay, we
want to hear that again.
Yeah, I want to hear at least that part. Yeah, check it out. What's up, Jen? He's in Steve's house, I think. Okay, I can see that
He
because
came
it's like
to
regular.
come get him. Maybe he got him
Yeah.
in time. He came and got him.
Yeah. So it seems like a lot of people are like, you know, like saying goodbye, kind of vibes.
Getting ready to die.
Oh, that. So look in the background of Cyclops. Are those Sentinels?
Look,
you see
yeah,
the
we see the
legs.
Mhm.
Yeah. So is Doom controlling the Sentinels or something like that? That'd be kind of cool. He got him flying again.
The last person that called his move like that was Hela.
Yeah, and it wasn't even with that. It was with the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this part is not the worst. Like it just needs to make sense. I want it to make sense.
As long as the story makes sense. You know what? When I say the story needs to make sense, I don't want them rewriting Endgame. You cannot rewrite in the Endgame.
No, exactly.
You know, you can give us extra minutes if you want to give it extra 15 minutes, whatever. You cannot undo Endgame, because if you undo Endgame, then that's gonna piss me off too.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, is there? When he attacks Doom, there's Sentinel parts.
I mean, you see this parts. I just don't know there's.
I see stuff on the floor. Yeah. But it is cool. It's like to put that in the trailer because it shows like you said, Brian. It's like, you know, the first time he did it to Thanos, he almost killed him, and then, you know, he did it to him again and he killed him.
I aim for the head.
Yeah. So for him just to like, you know, just 2-finger it.
It just has to, as long as the storyline makes sense and you're doing things that make sense, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to be angry with it. Yeah. But can we go back to the beginning? Let's hear this again, because I want to see.
Yeah, because I'm curious if that sounds like RDJ.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter before this day is done. be faced with an unthinkable decision.
Assuming he has a Latvian accent.
Some like European
yeah.
kind of, yeah. I now that I hear it again, it I can hear the RDJ, bass to it a little. Yeah.
So
I can see that.
You think Doom's going to sound different too? That's going to be kind of weird too.
But you give him that European kind of accent that, I mean, they do it a lot to him in cartoons and stuff, where he has that accent.
Ooh, Ace is right. When Thor's doing that to Doom, there could be Doom bots that are on the ground.
Oh wait, did I miss it? Oh, Doom bots. The Doom bots. Yeah. Doom is from.
He's from Latvia, so that's what you think. He has a Latvian accent. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They're doing some type of
Obviously.
accent.
I was kidding. No accent can disguise him. Yeah, hearing it a second time, I definitely I can hear the. Him.
I mean, but when we say Nightcrawler, because it sounds like a European accent, right? That's the whole point. That's what we were saying. Like it sounds like a European accent. So, but being from Latvia, that kind of makes sense to being that type of accent.
Yeah, because if they're going with like this is actually Doom, then
he shouldn't sound like
he shouldn't sound like Tony Stark and listen to like AC/DC and shit. So yeah. Well, okay. I didn't mind that voice if that's how he sounds in it. I'm like, okay, that's not.
No, I think his
not bad.
voice is fine.
Yeah.
I think what was going to piss people off is that I still think they should have been Cillian Murphy. I still think that should have been Doom.
Yeah, it should have been a new actor. It was
what.
time for new blood, especially if you want to keep a character like Doom should stick around for a while too, and just getting Downey back. No offense, because I love Robert Downey Jr. The MCU is partial is the house that he had a heavy hand in building, but it just seems so cheap and safe to go crawling back to him because everyone loved Downey and it's just Marvel like, oh look, your favorite actor's back. It's like Marvel's in please clap mode basically.
Yeah, but that we already knew that. So like, we already know
kind of need that.
At this point, this is what it is. If this movie makes them $2 billion, I don't care. Yeah, hey, good job. Because this is what it needs. But honestly, I'm looking at this as a beginning for Doom, but I think you need to have another movie in between this and Secret War. I think it'll be too weird to go from Doomsday right to Secret War and not have something in between.
What would be a good movie though? Because when they did it with Ant-Man, it didn't make like the whole movie was its own thing, and then they just threw a post-credit scene in where you're like, see, I was like, yeah, but the movie itself had nothing to do with telling the story. It's just this end credit, kind of thing. So unless they do that, which I find kind of silly, I was like, no, if you're gonna do it in between, then have it be a in between kind of set up thing.
Well, like they did with Captain Marvel, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I thought that was a little bit better. Where you're introducing this character who's
gonna be
who should be a bigger role than they actually were in the finale, but. Either way.
Like Doctor Strange 3, that's a good one. So that why the Strange decided to change something to that effect. Like you have something. Obviously, they're not going to do it. Because Doomsday is being filmed now.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think those are the dance. But no, I think that's where I'm going to have a problem.
Yeah. Appreciate the gems, man. Thank you so much. Yeah. Spider-Man's gonna make a buttload of money, but that's not gonna set up, the Avenger movies. Probably not.
Spider-Man's gonna make 1.8 billion, right? And I think the Avengers Doomsday is gonna probably make 2 billion. It's gonna be right there on it, like right there next to it. I'm more excited for Brand New Day. I am more excited for it, but as we get closer, if they do it right, maybe the excitement might be increased. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I think about it, Doctor Strange would be like a perfect in between movie because isn't like what's her name? Charlize Theron's character gets him as like, oh, we have to go save incursions. So like if you're doing incursions and worlds colliding and shit like that, like have a movie that's going to talk about
why Doom,
incursion.
why Doctor Strange is helping Doom. What's the thing that he's doing? Why he's there? That would be a perfect, in between movie.
Yeah, they've left
That'd be
that
good.
loose end untied for 4 years, and we haven't heard anything whether Doctor Strange is going to show up, if they're ever going to address that. I hope they don't just leave that kind of leave us hanging there. We've heard
I think
nothing
he's
about.
supposed to be in Secret Wars.
He kind of needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The storyline they're going to have, he's going to be there. So if you use a movie, July, a July movie, Doctor Doom 3, setting up what we get in Secret Wars, I think that would be great.
Mm-hmm. I think it takes place after Doom has gotten his energy or power from Loki.
Oh, okay. So, but
I wonder if
would that piss you off if you saw that off screen that happened off screen?
No, that's got to be like the first scene. That's got to be like, it's Loki sitting on his throne, and then Doom comes and does whatever, and then it's like, and then that's like the cold open, so that shit happens, and then boom, Avengers Doomsday title, like
it's a lot. That's a lot to happen, and that's where I go back to what B's saying. It's a lot that has to happen, a lot for us to assume. And do they add that to the end of Endgame?
No, just do the beginning of this film. But then the problem is like you have to assume that people watch the Loki show, and
you also have to give people an idea who the hell Doom is.
Yeah,
we haven't had the introduction to the Doom. We have no idea.
Yeah. And a character like Doom should have been built up. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like there should have been groundwork for him. This is a big, landmark villain. Like he deserved build up, and he deserves to stick around for a while. And I'm really disappointed that
they'll recast.
They're just, it's, I was hoping we'd have seen more of him leading up to this.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you go that route where like you have Loki and then you just have Doom just come in and everything up, and you're like, oh shit, this guy's a problem, and then you start to introduce like who he is, and stuff like that. That's why you have Fantastic Four. I'm assuming he's gonna be connected to Fantastic Four. I hope he's connected to the Fantastic Four, because that's their villain, you know what I mean? And all the rumors and stuff I heard, they're gonna connect it more to Captain America, so we'll see. We'll see if that's the route they go. But
it's just a lot.
Yeah. So Fantastic Four is grandma candy. I said that's what I was looking for.
Is it warm without a wrapper on it, Tony?
But you go grab one, they're all stuck together.
Because it's in her pocket.
Yeah. Words. Oh man. Yeah. Which world will we come from? Big question. I think it's gonna be Fantastic Four world, right?
It needs. Yeah.
It should be. Yeah. But all right. Yeah. Doctor Doom should have a side villain if it has four first steps. Yeah. I mean,
it's
not wrong.
Something else that could have led into it, not just
like what you did with Thanos.
Exactly.
Like there's Thanos, but then he had his minions doing some stuff. So yeah.
Like him just saying, "Don't worry, this is all part of my plan," and that's it.
Yeah. Or even that's not a bad idea.
Just saying, "Don't worry, this is all part of my plan."
Yeah, you get another Fantastic Four is the in between movie. Maybe build. I was gonna say maybe you build up instead of disappointing, and like you're like, oh, I kind of like them this time around, but that's risky. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's the Avengers Doomsday trailer. Everyone's been talking about it today, so it was a good trailer. You know,
It isn't. It didn't tell you too much. You know,
mhm.
I have no problem with the trailer. I have problems with can it work?
Yeah, which has kind of been, I think, everyone's problem since
Same question
the
from
start.
beginning.
You know,
Mhm.
so, but visually looks good. So we'll see how it goes. You know, when we get another trailer, a few more months probably.
Trailer left me feeling so empty.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean,
wanted
if
to
this
like
left you empty, I mean, I don't think there's gonna be a trailer that does anything for you at this point.
Yeah,
Honestly,
It's not the
like,
trailer. I think it's just it's what you're saying, what you want, but it's not the trailer. Don't blame the trailer. The trailer didn't do anything.
yeah,
No, they
Yeah.
put out the trailer for me to look at and judge and see if I want to see it or not, and it's not doing anything to make me want to see it.
It's
Yeah.
so funny because it's exactly what you want. He's like, don't tell me too much about the story. Kind of give me a little stuff, you know, that kind of bases what the thing's going to be about without giving me too much. It's exactly what you asked for a trailer, but it's because of what Marvel is.
You know what? It's not even being told about the story or not. It just looks reactionary and safe. It just, yeah.
I don't know
No,
if I think it's safe. I don't know if I
I'm
think
seeing
it's safe.
Doom that
it's
Doom that
definitely
day.
not safe.
I don't think it's safe.
It's definitely reactionary. Like that.
Yeah.
It goes without saying.
Yeah, it's definitely reactionary because I mean, on multiple levels, you know, it's reactionary to the bad phases they had. It's reactionary to Jonathan Majors, you know, so it's definitely like for sure that like no one could deny that, you know.
I don't know how safe.
Safe. I mean, because you're running a big risk of like of ruining, you know, where a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, you're changing Endgame, you know, or you're doing this. So
Yeah.
You might
safe.
be able to change the word safe into stupid, but we'll see.
No, I'm inclined to say safe because they went crawling back to like a lot of the actors who, at this point in time, were pretty much finished. They had closed that era of the MCU, and they were proudly touting that they were going to move forward with like a lot of the newer actors. And now they're and now because most of the stuff post Endgame didn't land, they pissed their pants and they walked that back.
Yeah,
it's such a cowardly, punkish move.
You don't think that they had to do it after what happened last year? I think
not necessarily. They could have done something different. There's enough content.
They shouldn't have rushed Doom, but I think you had to bring Dr. Doom. You had to bring another villain. But I had to do that.
I get what you're saying by safe now. It's safe as in all the guys that made you all the money in the past, bring them back home. You know, like it's safe in that manner of like, hey, he looks familiar. You know, like that. I get. You know,
yeah,
it's
such
smart.
I get
don't
that.
Like it.
It's such a bitch move on their end.
I don't know if I would I care if it's good. I don't care, honestly.
In the end,
it has to be good. If it's bad, it doesn't matter either. I won't care either because if it's bad, it's just bad. But if it's good, I'm okay with it.
They got to change the momentum of where the MCU is going, which is what they want, which is the whole point of this. You know, honestly, money's always going to be a thing, but I don't know if the money that this movie makes is their biggest concern. I think it's changing the attitude of their fans, of the moviegoers. It's like if they can get people back on board, like, oh, this was a good movie. Let's see where it goes after the last bunch of doo-doo movies. I think that's what they care about more, honestly. And you do that by bringing in like the old people, because
I would and just the last thing I'll say is I would have been happier if Cillian Murphy was Doom and you brought back both Tony Stark and Captain America. Mm-hmm. I just hate the idea that you giving Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. the idea that he is Doom. I hate that part more than I hate
it. Should be a different person, the actor, that completely,
exactly.
But that's the safe part that I think that I get what you're saying, Brandman. That's the safe part is like everyone loves him. We have to find a way to bring him back. But I think bringing him back maybe at an alternate dimension, because they did that with Gamora, they did it with Loki. Like you can bring back all these other characters, so yeah. But are they afraid of undoing Endgame kind of stuff? So yeah, I don't know. Kevin is losing his mojo. We'll see. This is going to be the determining factor if he still got it or not. Because if he can resurrect it after all the Chapek shit that went down, then Feige is like the man. But
It could be worse. It could be in the DCU.
If we get a random like acoustic solo song of like some
Can you imagine if we're still waiting on Spider-Man to join the MCU like 6 years later? We're still waiting.
Well, I was like, no, when like Thor and Doom fight, it's like, you know, Green Day September Ends plays in the background or something stupid. Yeah. Like and then you're like, shit. What is James Gunn doing here?
Exactly. What did James Gunn? Who left the door open for James Gunn? What the hell?
Throw the cassette tapes out. Get them all out of here. All right. All right. But yeah, that's our reaction and some theories and stuff for this Avengers Doomsday stuff. So we want to hear from you guys. So if you're watching on the replay, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this trailer. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Any theories? Let us know. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come and join us when we do trailer reactions, movie reviews, other fun, nerdy stuff as well. And we appreciate everyone in the live chat. You guys are awesome with all the great comments. But you guys stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night. All right. Probably just jump right into either Lestat or Odyssey. Which one would you guys rather do? The trailer. We already watched that.
Yeah.
We watched that trailer.
No, it's because she doesn't like.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's right. November Rain. We gotta do like acoustic cover of it.
Oh my god, it would be so bad. Yo,
or no, something like completely bad. Welcome to the Jungle, but do like acoustic with like a female singing it, like just like completely murder the fucking song. I'm not saying that that song was bad, just something like that's really like two things that don't go together. Like, oh god, can you imagine? Like,
oh my god, that was
Welcome to the Jungle acoustic version. Man, so read my account for Brandon. What you say? I'll laugh if it goes to the DCU mode. Yeah.
If we do that, if they have a dance break.
Oh my god. Yeah, go see Doom Part 3 together. Yeah, I know, Collector. You said you really didn't like it.
But he's been the same way. He's been saying he doesn't like it from the beginning too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that'll be like the worst possible thing is like you get like that and then you just get like random like stupid jokes. You're like, damn it. Close the other door for Taika. Don't
is it a Bollywood style dance break? So a huge number out of nowhere. Just
a Bollywood dance break. That'll be more Taika. That would definitely be more of a Taika thing.
Like who the hell got Taika back? What the hell?
Yeah. This is the Russo brothers. Like, I told you, don't let them in set out here.
Lock the door.
I was hoping I was gonna like Doomsday trailer, but it disappointed me. Really, I don't know if it's a disappointing, but I mean, if you're like Brandon, then I get it. I mean, I'm sure she too.
It's the story that you're pissed off about. That's more than anything. And there, I could definitely agree because I wanted Kang. I think Kang is a loose end that you just can't let just stay there. That's why I think you should start the movie with something to do with Kang.
Yeah. Somebody said, how did X-Men 97 make Kang lose, but still be a badass and still be alive where the MCU can't do it? And, you know, and then he like dipped off in the best possible way. He's like, you know, kind of like, see you later, puts on the mask. He's like, fuck you, I'm out. You know, and then it's go. And then instead of the MCU, he like loses the ants. I was like, and I know we've been saying that for like years now. You know, at this point, it's like he should have lost, but then kind of like realize he's losing and leaves.
Yeah,
you know, and then have some kind of witty remark and then takes off. You know, so they X-Men 97 did it perfectly. Did it perfect. You know, so.
And but that's as easy as what you should have done. We said that when we watched the movie. All he has to do is this. Why don't he leave right now? Why does he do something else? What You could have had him win.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Just have him
we
win.
really need Ant-Man? Do we really need Ant-Man?
Yeah, because you had Ant-Man win, but he still lost, right? But and you could have had the same thing. You could have had what's his name like lose, but not like lose. You know, so
you could have had him win and then be stuck there and Kang get out and go do something else. So easy.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling Ant-Man's gonna get killed off. I can't.
That'd be kind of wild if they do.
Is this the Mortal Kombat trying to redo things to say, you know what? We just need to kill him off because everyone hates this character right now, so we got to kill him off. Get rid of what's his name, Cole.
Well, Ant-Man, unlike Cole Young, actually kind of brought something to the table and was integral to the plot, and didn't have literal plot armor.
Yeah,
you're right. He brought ants.
But then he's on the B team, you know what I mean? Like you're not the main star. You're there to kind of like help out and do little things and say your witty shit, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like but then when you try to make him the star, it was like that's
to beat Kang. Bro, I'll never forgive that. I'll never forgive that.
Yeah. Like that should have been like an easy job for King, like he could have struggled because he doesn't have all his
because he underestimated him and he didn't have all his power, but then he still wins.
Yeah, he still kind of like leaves and wins and stuff like that. Are we gonna talk House of Dragon next? Probably not, man. Honestly, Odyssey and Lestat.
Nothing, dude. It was a better episode.
It was a better episode than last week.
Am I gonna talk about House of the Dragon? I'm gonna talk about Odyssey.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's already kind of getting late though too, but I did see this from Mom Bear. See y'all starting to sound DC.
Did you see you?
What do you think? Recommended Taika Gunn did. See, but I like Taika. I like Taika. He didn't for me. He made a bad movie, and it was like a really bad movie. But usually, I enjoy Taika.
Even season 2, our flags mean death was bad.
Yeah, but did he? Was he like not as involved in that? From what I read.
I don't know. I know the storyline was terrible. It just didn't feel right at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So finished watching. I was like, "This is some bull."
Yeah. I was kind of upset. The first one was so great. The first season was so great. But yeah. But also like I understand like what Taika is and what Gunn is. So I was like I can make fun of them. They're stupid. Do I hate them? No. Like they're like Taika I still like but he has to do his thing. So, all right.
Wow,
we're doing Odyssey or
let's do Odyssey. Odyssey's fine. Was
probably not as long.
Yeah, and I could talk about Odyssey, but without saying it's the greatest Nolan movie, but still enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. Make all King's Island is a huge mistake. And putting that in his contract was wild. But I mean,
no, because he was going to voice in X-Men. He was going to
be everything.
He was going to voice that variant. So that all those things would have been very cool. And we would have been talking about it. This is a good storyline. Yeah. We went across all storylines and made him Kang and made him be this awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and by like all means, like he was still coming up where people were like looking at him like, oh, this guy can act. He's young enough where he could be around for a while. He's a good enough actor. Like, he's becoming like a big shot. You know what I mean? Like he was already in a bunch of awesome things. So by all means, the MCU made the right call of like, all right, let's get this dude,
build around him 100%.
The way shit happened, it just sucks. It really does. For fans, for him, for everybody. So But I mean, MCU, the Marvel made, I think, the right call of like putting all their eggs in that basket.
In the Jonathan Majors basket. Yes, this dude he's still an amazing actor. This is the right way to do it. He would have been cold as Kang. They just did it. They just didn't go all in. It felt like they didn't believe it. Like they was like, "Oh, this is gonna work," but then only went halfway in.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna do it, then make him a badass.
Yeah. Get going and watch the discussion when you guys have the House of Dragons, and I'll see later. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, we'll probably put those out, throughout the next couple of days. Yeah. Yep. All right. What you say? You want to talk Odyssey?
Yeah, I think Odyssey's be good.
Let me bring up the cast because the fucking 12-page cast they have.
You can't bring back Jonathan Majors as King now. At this point,
Nah, it's they're done.
Yeah,
they're done
at this point.
Yeah, it sucks, but they're yeah. They would have had to still keep building him up, and they just kind of just moved on.
You know what would be funny is at the end of Doomsday or in the Secret Wars, Kane comes back and kills Doom.
rips his head off like Mortal Kombat style. What if they really like do like a switcheroo and like this whole time he doesn't take off his mask and it's Robert Downey Jr.'s voice and shit, and they do like a Darth Vader and he takes off his mask and it's Jonathan Major?
That would
be hilarious. Would that be?
You're like, what
would that be?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because King is related to Reed.
Yeah, Reed Richards. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, yeah. Oh no, he becomes Iron Lad. That's why I'm like, wait, but he becomes Iron Man, but he becomes Iron Lad for a little while, but it's still the Richards lineage. Yep. Yeah, he can always come back. King is inevitable character. I mean, King might come back. King might come back, but it ain't gonna be Jonathan Majors.
Well, you see that they're talking about Armor Wars will be an Iron Man variant, like the way to bring back Iron Man. They're no longer gonna have it for Rhodey or whatever.
Ironheart.
Yeah, they're gonna have the Armor Wars for Iron Man and bring him back. That'd be rewriting him.
I see that. You always bring that. Well, the kid from Iron Man 3, you know, it doesn't have to be that same actor, but it could be that same character. You can always like
you can go in the future and make him Iron Lad.
Yeah.
And bring back King that way.
Yeah. King the Kurt Lazarus. Oh man. All right. Let's get into Odyssey so we can get into Lestat. Jump right into it. I didn't make a background, so just have to deal with it. All right, let's go. All right, what is up? Welcome back to the Spoiler Kings. We are here talking about the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's new blockbuster over the weekend. And we're going to review it. We're going to talk about our negatives, our positives. We're going to rate it at the end. Probably get into a little box office and stuff like that. It's the movie of the weekend. So we definitely are going to talk about it. But before we get into all of that stuff, Brian, do you have a synopsis of this 3,000-year-old story?
I mean, what do you want me to talk about? The synopsis of Odysseus? Come on.
Like, you remember when you read it in high school?
The Iliad? Like, what do you want? Like, but okay. The Odyssey. Odysseus, king of Ithaca, embarks on a perilous journey to return home after the Trojan War. Crossing the Mediterranean Sea with his fellow soldiers, they soon find themselves battling not only the elements, but an array of deadly obstacles and mythical creatures along the way.
Pretty much. Like if you've seen The Simpsons do it, like everybody's done their version of the Odyssey at this point. And now it's Nolan's turn. So we'll jump into the positives, and we'll talk about some of the characters. There's I'm looking at the cast right here, and like I'm 4 rows down, and there's still like famous people. So there's so many freaking people in this one. So so we'll get into that as we go through it. But we'll go start with Brandman.
Mm-hmm.
What you like about the Odyssey?
I liked Nolan's approach, like I kind of usually do. I like that. I enjoyed the cast as a whole. It was really interesting to me seeing Nolan take on a story like this, because for the most part, I think we can all agree that everything that he's kind of done in the past, or mostly everything, has been rooted in a lot more realism. So to see him bring his approach that we all know him for to something a little bit more fantastical was pretty engaging to watch. and I think that it made sense at this point in his career. I like I said, I'm not like by any means attached to the original Odyssey story, so I don't really have too much stake in the casting other than the fact that I really like all the actors, and I thought they all did great jobs. Nolan always gets great performances out of his actors, I think. So that was pretty solid.
That's pretty easy to do when you get the greatest actors in
When you
the
get the
world.
greatest actors, yeah,
Yeah.
all these guys were talented. All these people were talented.
Yeah.
It runtime wise, it ran about as long as I expected it to. I'm used to long run times, especially when it comes to Nolan movies.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I think that, just from the usual technical standpoint, you always know what to expect. You got to see a Nolan movie on a big screen. You got to see it on IMAX. You got to see it on Dolby's. Like anything else isn't doing it justice. So it was great to watch, on a big screen. It's the same. It's as per usual from him. It was a technical wonder.
Yeah. Real quick, because you did bring that up, I typed in what's the average runtime for Nolan's movies. Between his 13 feature films, his average runtime is 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Oh man, I
And
thought it
that's
was going
including,
to be longer.
The old movies. Well, because he had old movies, like Following is really short, Memento is pretty short, so it's like, and even Memento is like almost 2 hours. So, yeah. So I was like, that's a lot. Yeah. So, okay. But yeah, freaking almost 2.5 hours is his average. Okay. What else you got, man? Anything else?
I think that's mostly it for right now.
Okay. What about you, Brian? What you like about it?
I liked Nolan's approach to it. Really, he didn't do what we normally see in the Odyssey. He did a focused Odysseus story, which is very cool. Really focusing on Odysseus. And I gotta say, Matt Damon is phenomenal. He knows how to do it. You can have a whole movie about Matt Damon and it just works. Why? How do I know? Because The Martian worked, and this was phenomenal. I think he did a great job, and he was probably, that good. But I'm gonna name him the third best actor in this damn movie, because he was unbelievable. I look at John Leguizamo, bro. You acted your ass off.
Yeah.
You deserve a standing ovation. It was so good. I could, emotionally, I was so just enthralled in everything that he was doing. Bro, John Leguizamo deserves something, some type of praise that no one else gets, because it's just that good. He is literally that good. And I wish I could say even more. Like he stole every scene that he was in. And I cared so much more about him. And you weren't even sure he was known. You didn't know Penelope even knew who he was, but he was still loyal to his master no matter what. It was so good. I loved it. And I think he's the best. But Anne Hathaway,
she was good.
Bro. The emotion that she continued to show, the pressure that she was on, and then and then the love she continued to have, and I don't want nothing else but him. It was so good. Every time she did it, even when Tom Holland was coming in talking about no matter what was going on, she did such a wonderful job, and I'm just totally enthralled with what she was, how she was. That's what you want. And I gotta say, Robert Pattinson, though I have him number 4 as an actor. I wanted to punch him in the face so hard. I just want to walk up to him just like, hey, you a coward too? Bruh, you a sucky. And he did such a great job doing all those things. So when you talk about things to love about this movie, it's not even you love about this movie. It is really up there. This is a very, very fun, good movie.
Yeah. What's up, JR? Appreciate you coming in, man.
What's up, JR?
So he just got back. Robert Pattinson stole the show. Yeah, Robert Pattinson is. It's just from this. Yeah, from the start, and then you even go back to his past, flashbacks. They're like, oh, you're horrible. How are you a draft dodger? Like ancient Greece. It's like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
But, there's so many things to like. So yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. With all the actors, all of them, were great.
We didn't talk about the beauty. Oh my god.
What was that?
The beauty of the scene, the scenery.
I know that's what I was going to bring up was the visually, because I don't want to repeat too much of you guys said, because I agree with everything you guys said, but the visuals, amazing what he does. And then to find out like everything was practical.
Yep.
Like the whole Cyclops scene, all practical, like the pig, the pig scene. Like right before we went live, my wife just told me like, oh yeah, did you know that was practical too? And I looked it up. That shit was practical. I was like, and that was like straight body horror. Like
you started stretching the faces out and doing it.
Like hand down their throats and shit. It was like, and that was practical. You between camera angles and different like animatronics they used and stuff like that. I was like, that was awesome. So yeah, so that was even practical effects. So he just knows like how to make things look awesome. The way he's always done this. And this is one thing I really appreciate with Nolan, the way he uses darkness. I know some people talked about it, how like this movie's too dark at times. I was like, I feel like it puts the viewer in that same space as what's going on screen, and I'm talking about like the boat scene. After they get off the island with the cows, and then it's literally like, oh, we're going home, and then bam, it turns dark, and it's just the flashing with the lightning, like for me, I was like, that was awesome, and just the way is like it puts you there, and like you get that anxiety of like, oh shit, like you can't see anything, and then flash, and then this, and then everything's happening. So like he just knows how to he knows how to do it, like when it comes to like visuals, the costumes. Agamemnon, like how you can never see his face, and you never saw his face at all, even when he was out of the armor. Him in the armor was dope with the golden spine, like even that was very symbolic of like, oh, he's got the golden spine, so he's like some dude, and he like sacrifices his daughter, piece of shit, and the hell scene. On because I was wondering how they're gonna do that, and them just making it like a black sand kind of beach was great. But then when he sees Agamemnon in the background, and he kind of just like floats through the people to get to him, I'm like, that was dope.
It felt very much like What Dreams May Come when
kind of
I could definitely see that comparison.
Yeah, but that whole scene was great. It just every scene, every time they went somewhere, it was just like you were there. You know what I mean? Like it was just so well done. And then of course it being on IMAX, like Brandman said, like this thing was shot on IMAX. Like the camera, if anybody ever look up the camera he used to film this thing, it's like it's stupid. It's so big, it's insane. It's just like, I don't know. Part of me is like come on, Nolan, you really gotta do that? But he loves the craft and the art and stuff like that. But yeah. So I'm sure there's some other stuff. I know you brought up all the actors. The one person was Cersei, was the enchantress that turned all of them into the pig guys. She was great, and I'm like, who? Because she looked so familiar, and I couldn't put my finger on it. She was one of the precogs in Minority Report.
Well, and that.
Yeah, I know. I was like, but she looked familiar. I'm like, I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, And then she was into a bunch of BBC stuff as well. But
that was Samantha Morton.
That was Samantha Morton.
Huh.
And then like looking up about her, and she's like, she thought she was done with acting because no one was calling her anymore. And then she comes on this, and she had one of the coolest scenes, and her character was awesome. I'm like, oh, she's gonna get a bunch of calls after this. Like Christopher Nolan just kind of revitalized her career with her 10 minutes on screen, So but that's everybody. All these characters, like Lupita Nyong'o had like less than 10 minutes of screen time. You know,
she played two
she was
different
awesome.
characters, and
Played two different characters.
And you understood what was going on.
You know, so I mean, you had like Mia Goth. Like it's crazy how you get like some of these big name actresses and actors, and they're barely in it, but it's just like everybody wants to be in a Nolan movie. Everybody. So it's like, hey, you're gonna be in this movie for 10 minutes. All right, cool. Like I get to say I was in a Nolan movie. Yeah, just.
But they're all important characters that you need
100%.
plot. So that's why, like, if you are
100%,
you know,
he makes the most of their limited screen time.
Well, I don't know if it's just not Nolan that does that. I want to say that they did that. I think that they're acting because you could have put someone else in there, and Nolan could have put someone else in there. I don't know if that would have hit me the same. I think when you're a good actor and you want it to be known that you're a great actor, that you see it. I don't know if it's just Nolan. I think that Nolan's a great actor. Well, you know, is Phil Jackson a great coach, or is it because he coached Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal? You know, like we have great actors around you, it makes you look like you're that great too. So I think visually has a lot of it, but everyone who's been there, you know, has been great actors in itself. Like we're talking about, you know, Inception. Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the top 10 actors of all time. So like, you know, like. What came first, chicken or the egg?
I 100% agree with you. But also, Travis Scott was in this movie.
And he was the bard.
He was the bard, and he was good at the very beginning. And he was good. Yeah. So it's like
it was musical. It was the idea of the whole music. So when you're doing something like that,
it's Nolan finding the right person for the job as well. You know, and then again, everyone, even Travis Scott, wants to be in a Nolan movie. You know, so yeah. Yeah, especially she was also in Walking Dead. She was the Alpha. She was Alpha from Walking Dead. Yep, 100%. Yeah. So, yeah. It's just a combination when you get some of the best actors and one of the best directors on the scene right now. I mean, you're gonna get one of the best movies. Just it's math at that point, right? So, all right. Let's move on to some of our negatives. Start with you, Brandman. What issues do you have with this one?
So even though I know what to expect with Nolan runtimes, and just the way that he paces movies, I can understand how it can be kind of tedious to sit through at times. Especially, you know,
not all the pacing really hit, man. Some of the pacing was problematic.
Yeah, and even the kind of like non-linear method of storytelling that he uses. So, you know, he did the same thing with Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
I can see how sometimes it could be kind of a pain to sit.
It's a little tough.
Yeah. So
there's time between the second and third act where I was like,
yeah, the second and third act,
bruh.
I don't want to say it I don't want to say it lost me, because it definitely the movie held my attention the entire time, but I can understand how it would lose people. So I think it's a little self-indulgent on Nolan's end.
100%. Because you know what? You could have cut maybe if you cut 15 minutes out of that, you're saying something different. And it's not like a lot. I'm taking like a scene, a minute here, a minute there. Like it's just little things that he could have cut just a little bit to make this. He's self-indulgent sometimes. He just really is. I have to agree with you 100%, Brandman.
Yeah. So that was my big that was my big standout thing, where it was kind of I can see why people would have a problem with that. That was my standout.
Yeah.
Was there anything else
with that though? Real quick, like my ass started falling asleep at one point because I was kind of sitting in one position for a while because I was like so engaged, and then I'm like started moving. I'm like, fuck, my ass fell asleep. And so I'm trying to like move around and like get comfortable in this like IMAX chair, you know, because you know it was almost 3 hours. So yeah.
There were times where I was kind of shuffling a little bit just for the sake of staying awake, kind of staying on my toes.
Yeah, you stay awake because it was a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anything else you got?
I think that was mostly it. What did you guys think about the modernized style dialogue?
Didn't bother me because I would have been very. First of all, Greek accents are really hard to do.
Tough, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it could be distracting in a movie. And when you're just trying to engage, especially when you're trying to get an audience to understand and pay attention more to the actual story than their accents, I don't know if I would want them to do anything else. I wouldn't want an English accent either. So just do what you're gonna do. Let me take them there with my scenery.
Yeah, I'm happy they didn't go with the like the English, the British accents. It's such a it's something about it is just lazy that's the default accent to use. So letting the actors just kind of use their actual, mostly because some of them, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, were using Americanized style accents, but I was fine.
The only one that was a little off-putting was John Bernthal, just because I'm like, why you guys sound like you're from Jersey, man? Like it's just how he is, and I get that it's but it's just
you're not gonna have John Bernthal.
It's very John Bernthal, you know what I mean? Like he's only got one kind of.
I was surprised I was surprised John Bernthal didn't want to tell us something.
He did. I believe he said. I think he said that in there.
Did he say, "Let me tell you something"?
Let me tell you something about Odysseus. I think he said that.
When I rewatch it, I'm gonna
I know. I'm pretty sure he said that because I kind of like looked over and I was like, does he just he says that? like they slid that in there. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I only seen it once. So
I don't remember him saying, "Let me tell you something about Odysseus." I thought he was talking
when they're at the table.
Yeah, but he's like, because he didn't. I know your father's Odysseus, but he never said, "Let me tell you something about Odysseus." I don't think he said that way. But I don't know. Yeah.
Punisher and the Odysseus. He's the only one that was a little off-putting when it came to like talking, but it again, it didn't ruin it. It's not one of my negatives, but yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian? What do you think?
It's definitely runtime. Runtime is some things I do think that there was some scenes that are held too long that you did not have to do. You didn't have to continue to go back and see all the suitors continuously over and over and over and over again. I think you could have cut that down a little bit more, especially when there's times where they're kind of doing other things in the story that you didn't have to continue to go back there. I think it got a little bit too self-indulgent a little bit. Just the scenes, even on the sea, they're a little bit longer. You could have cut a little bit out of here, a little bit out of there. I thought they didn't do enough on the Cyclops Island. I would have liked a little bit more on the Cyclops Island, because I think so. If you know the story, there's things that they missed that are very the dialogue. How do we have a 2 hour and 45-minute movie and there's no dialogue with the Cyclops? Like, I thought that was very strange. And then they talked about it, right? They said, "Hey, he can speak," and they never go back to it. And I was like, okay, that was kind of weird, because that's a big part of the story.
Yeah, but it's like intelligence. It's kind of it's like a funny scene though, so I get why he wanted to cut it out, because the whole like, "What's your name?" "My name's Nobody," and then later it's like, "Nobody's hurting me." Like, I get you might not want to go that route with
you didn't have to say that, but you could at least had.
I mean, that's the whole part, that the whole nobody thing is like the big part with the Cyclops, But so
I thought it pulled. No, for me, it was more about the idea of intelligence. Understanding what this was of the Cyclops. It wasn't just, they made it very more animalistic and not as intelligent, that there was more to him than that. So you're not just talking about an animal, you're talking about a being that's more than what it is. So I think that would have put more depth into that scene. And I think that tells you more about Cyclops, especially him being the son of Poseidon. So I think
but they kind of
more to that.
I don't mean to like arguing, but they kind of explain it, because he's like, "Oh, he talks, maybe we should reason with him." And he's like, "Do we reason with ants?" So it's like,
but I don't think he was as big as the ants. And but you looking at down to him, and for me, I think he's looking down more of them of him not being intelligent enough to get it, but he can only see certain things. There, I just feel like it could have done more. I would have liked it more if they would have had that conversation. I also, feel like they kind of missed the cannibalism thing. I thought they kind of missed the point of it, and I don't think they really talked about that at all. And that whole cannibalism part, kind of missed, and they kind of tried to do too many things at the same time. I think they could have done a little bit more with the giants. That is a scene that really could have hit for me. Being out on the sea so many times, I think I would have spent more time with understanding what the giants were in that entire island. That's important stuff, So like, it's funny because I think he should have cut 30 minutes more from other places, and then kind of give up the actual journey he was going through, because that's the whole point. But understand, this is my complaint, because Odysseus was the focus. It wasn't about the journey of everything we saw before. It was just more about Odysseus and him getting back, and then explaining himself at the end. Because I think that the third and fourth scenes or whatever, it is so good. The end of the movie is so good that it's just, otherworldly. But those things still did bother me. I think that you could have done other things. I would like the story, because I know the story. I read the story. There's things I always thought envisioned that would have been very important. But once again, that's just a director's, choice, his prerogative, and I think that's fine. But then what I just said was make the movie longer and then cut somewhere else. That's just my preferred cut of something. Yeah. My first complaint is that it's too long, and then I want more story. So whatever. Maybe I'm wrong.
Cannibalism varies from person to person. Yeah. But that's like,
varies from person to person. Yeah.
Well, that's funny because like you talk about cannibalism and stuff like that. And the amount of things that Nolan changed, because I when I got out of the movie, I'm like, I love the movie, but I was like, I realized this is Nolan's version of the Odyssey. It's not a 1-to-1 thing. He changes a lot. He changes Odysseus a lot. Like he changes things.
Yeah. And he never said that this was going to be a blow by blow, adaptation of the original source material.
Yeah,
even with the cast. Yeah, the casting was enough to reinforce that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Because he had a very like diverse cast, and I'm like, I don't care. It's a fake story. It's not a real story. It's not based on the true events. So I was like, whatever. Like,
but wouldn't that not? In ancient Greece and there were people everywhere. There were black people. There were Hispanic. Spanish people. They were there in Greece. Greece is so close to Africa. What are we talking about? It's so close to Spain. So those people would be there. Like if
because I believe it would be different. The time the Odyssey takes place is the same time when you get the Nubians in Egypt, the Black Pharaohs. So it was like, because there's like you said, it's everywhere. It's gonna be a bunch of different people. So like, I don't care that you get a fucking Puerto Rican playing
because you could say
ancient Greece.
You can just say Spanish. So
so
who cares?
That's why, like, who cares? So like when it came to that, I didn't. That doesn't bother me. But it's changing characters. Was it? It was like a thing that it was like a love-hate kind of thing, because I hated the what the fuck are they called? The giants, the Lithogonians, I think they're called. Something like that. I loved what he did with them. Putting them in the armor and them like manipulating the island to turn the trees into cages. Awesome. But also it changed from them being giant cannibalisms, but
it's not at all the cannibalism.
No, they completely changed. But at the end of the day, the story still serves the same purpose. Like they get to the island, these giants kill majority of his men. however they do it, whether he eats a bunch of them or traps a bunch of them, it still ends up being the same result. So
in that case, you could say there was giant
Yeah.
sharks on the thing and killed them all. You could,
yeah, I
whatever.
mean, there's still giants, on there. You just didn't eat them, and I get because he wants to go with something a little bit more grounded as he usually does. It's like having giant, men eating giants. After you just had the
Cyclops was just eating people. So what?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah, but I mean, but like that's a monster, and it's like, do you like? And I get what he was trying to go with that. It's like if a giant Cyclops is like, oh well, this is just a snack, because like, do you feel sorry for the chicken, or stuff like that. That's why it wasn't too much. And Mama Bear said like they tried doing the whole nobody thing and it didn't work. And that was one thing I was like, I kind of wish they would have done it. I think that would have been more interesting. But even like them just throwing hay on their backs, I thought that was a little cheap. I was like, if this guy knows his sheep, he's gonna know how they feel.
Exactly.
So instead of them strapping themselves to the bottom,
but animalistic. It no longer made him feel intelligent, and that's why I was somebody. Like I feel like it treated him like he was an animal, and that's
yeah. I mean, and that's one of the things they changed was like he's more of a monster than a demigod. He was more like that. So I was like, okay, same thing with Helen of Troy. Everyone's losing their fucking mind about her being black. I was like, I don't care. I was more upset that they made her seem like she was abused by what the fuck is his name? Menelitis, I think his name.
Yeah,
John Burnt.
I always have trouble pronouncing his name.
I mean, I suck at Game of Thrones names. I really suck at like ancient Greece names, But John Bernthal's character, because in the story is like he loved her, like he would have never hurt her, and he like cherished her, and that was like
her no matter what.
Even
that was the most important thing.
Even after like they went to war and he was about to kill her, he saw her and like instantly forgave her. So for it kind of it makes it assume that like he abused her because she had the scar on his face and he grabbing her around and shit like that. So it was like I didn't love that thing of some of the changes they did with it. But again, like I said, I walked out and I was like, he was trying to do his Nolan thing and he, made it more quote unquote real, and even real is a limit when you talk about, a mythological, fictional story, so yeah. So, but even another thing is like, there wasn't enough gods. All the gods were indirect.
Yeah.
Again, something I liked what happened in the story, but I didn't like that we didn't get it,
Can I ask you a
them on
question?
screens?
Can I ask you a question about this? About Zendaya, her character. Now,
yeah,
less
than 10 minutes, I think.
I want to know. So, I thought Zendaya was the embodiment of Aphrodite, right? And then that
Athena.
Athena. I'm sorry, Athena. And the idea of when they chopped off her head, right? And then they chopped off the head off the statue. It was the idea of Athena. It was actually her inside it, and you doing that to the body was the actual
like symbolism.
It's symbolism of everything. Of you actually chopped off Athena's head. So I thought that was the idea. Some people just thought that, why do you care about this one? He was just hurt because they killed this girl. But I thought the whole point was that guys could be in disguise all the time. That's why that's what the point was. Zeus's law was. So Zeus's law is like you treat people because you don't know who you're talking to. That way you treat them this way. You treat people the way you want to be treated. The whole idea. So I thought that he did that. They came in under false pretenses, which is against Zeus's law, and then killed this girl who was actually the embodiment of Athena. And then that's why you saw the statue gets its head chopped off too during the same time. So instead of seeing her head chop roll, you see the statue of Athena because it was Athena's head that being chopped off.
Yeah, like he desecrated like he desecrated the temple. I heard somebody say like she was like a temple clergy or temple person that works at the temple. I'm like, that makes sense, and then Athena takes that body. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, Athena takes that body because the whole point of Athena following Odysseus is kind of fucking with him, kind of torturing him a little bit. You know, it was like, hey, your wife told me to look after you, and look what you're doing. You know,
well, this is your problem. You did this. You started this whole story. You broke the law, so this is your punishment. I always thought the whole travel, the whole thing that he had to do is because of the punishment of what he did, not just his own punishment, but punishment from the gods.
Yeah, yeah. Because like, and I mean, kind of going back to like something good, like the message at the end, I thought was so much better. You know, with him being, you know, exiling himself rather than just coming in and taking over, and he's king again.
Well, he broke his law,
understanding like he broke the law and stuff, and even, you know, they changed Odysseus so much where he, you know, I mean, he's not the best guy in the book, you know, because like he stays on the island with Cersei for like a year, I think, and
which is crazy because
they hook up. You know what I mean? Like they're not just like, he's not in and out like he is in the movie. Like Odysseus is not faithful to Penelope in the book. Here I like the change. They make him die hard in love. That's his only love. He loves her, nothing else. You know.
But Calypso,
I was gonna say he was spending 7 years on the island with Charlize Theron. You telling me, you know? But then he couldn't remember. So was that on her kind of tricking him? You know, so yeah.
I'm just saying, ain't no way he was there 7 years with Charlize Theron and he didn't.
Yeah, I'm saying
at least 15,000 times. Like,
yeah, I mean, in the book, you know, they definitely are a thing for a while. You know, but you know, I like that. But I like it's him kind of going through this. It's not really the hero's journey. It's more of like because everyone's like, oh, it's the hero's journey. I was like, the hero's journey means like you're going through this journey and becoming the hero. Like, you know, it's the opposite for him. Like he becomes the hero at any means necessary, you know, and now it's like the hero's, I don't know, like not vengeance, but
I always thought it's the journey back because you had to go through like these 7 gates of hell to be able to get back because of what you did. You were, this is your punishment.
Yeah, like him realizing and Penelope realizing, like, oh, you are the people from the sea. You know what I mean? Like in the book, there are actual people from the sea. I forgot starts with A. But like no, like him realizing is like the monsters that we were told is coming from the water, from the sea, is like that's you, bro. Like you are the monsters from the sea. So like stuff like that. Like I thought like that was done very well. Redemption. I don't know if it's redemption.
So I think because he's God had to let him
torture.
go.
I think it's the hero's torture's journey of redemption. But does he get redeemed at the end?
It's what Calypso said. Like, well, he owed the most debt to Poseidon because of what he did to his son. All the other, like, there's so many things that he did to Poseidon that was bad.
You know? It was an Odyssey.
You know, so I thought that for him to be forgiven, he had to take his punishment. I think that was it. He had to go through his punishment. So he was taking that 7-year break, but he had to go. Each god had to give him a punishment that he had to go through. That's what took him so long. I thought that was the point.
Yeah. It was definitely like the hero's punishment. I think that's what it was. You know, because I think that's a good way to put it. You know, because he loses everything. He loses all his friends. He loses all his men. You know,
not one man. Everything that he's tried to sacrifice to try to make sure they lived.
Yeah,
they all died. Everyone that trusted him died.
Yeah, even the whole like, because everyone's losing their damn mind with, you know, Elliot Page and Elliot Page wasn't Achilles. You know, it was
she was in. Or I'm sorry, they were in the movie. I'm so sorry. They were in the movie for all of like not even 10 minutes.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes.
Every character or every casting that that people out there were outraged about were barely there anyway. We're talking like anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes of screen time, and I think that the way that they handled the multitude of actors anyway. You know, they showed up at the pivotal points of you know, Odysseus's journey. They showed up, they did that part, and then we just kind of kept moving on in the story, which I thought was I like how that was handled.
Yeah.
But, like I said, I think we were all in the demographic that never had a problem with any of the casting. So even if you are one of those easily butthurt or outraged people about it, they weren't even a very big presence in the movie anyway. If you're that juvenile enough to get butthurt about it.
Also, Elliot Page played a character that wasn't even in the Odyssey. The characters in like other stories
other interactions. Yeah, the Homer never included them in the Odyssey.
Yes, Sinan is, but I'm like, I loved how they were done in it. Like they were literally like this like little kid
and boyish. It made sense.
Like, forced into it. Like he got drafted and he just kind of like took it, and then it was like that felt like one of the biggest betrayal because it felt like Odysseus was like, I'll take care of him. This is gonna be something I take care of, and then he literally like sacrifices him. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it was like, like it's just damn, like shit like that. I was like, that was great. And then he takes the name, when he goes back of like, oh, who are you? I'm Sinan. I was like, damn. It's like, so you're gonna like live up this name and kind of like honor the name by avenging the person who screwed that person over. So yeah, so I was like, I love what they did with that character. It was like 8 minutes of screen time.
I don't know if it was because they were part of the story. They were very much part of what's going on, but not really. It was more the thought of them, not necessarily.
Yeah,
Elliot Page doing that. It was the thought. You're very important in the thought because you never would have gotten to get to Antinius. What is that? You never would have got really into that, right? Like what that connection with Sinan and Antinius was cool. I thought that was really cool the way they even brought it together. So yeah,
100%. So yeah. I mean, I don't know what else you guys want to bring up.
We didn't really. I thought Calypso, Charlize Theron did a great job as Calypso.
Yeah.
That part meant a lot, and they changed that too.
They changed that
a lot too, and it didn't bother me. I thought it kind of made sense still. So
I got one more. I got one. One. Fuck John Leguizamo for throwing puppies off a cliff. I was like, what?
Yeah, why do you need to do that? Why do you
look at it like? It was like, I'm like, what is this? Luke Skywalker's lightsaber?
Bro,
it was like,
he was like, wrong one.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
and then
also the puppies.
Seriously, man, I was so pissed off, man. And then for the you have a dog in this movie, right? You have a dog in this movie. Why wasn't the dog Wishbone? Why would come on? If you're gonna put a dog in an Odyssey movie, and everyone, especially our age, like our first interaction of this story was on PBS watching the Wishbone, a dog tell us the story of the Iliad and the Odyssey. It was you should have made him Wishbone. What are you talking about? Freaking a terrier? Like, come on.
We're not freaking killing Wishbone. No.
Oh, but the way the dog died he was the best dog. He was the best dog.
I almost cried.
The fact
that he knew Odysseus was right there and he was staying alive only for his master, and then
I was like,
died.
Yes.
Oh.
I was like, anybody who's ever had a dog, like that's what you want. You wish your dog was like that, as loyal as that, was like clinging onto life because he was that's some like Futurama Fry shit, like with his dog. It's like that was great. It was so bad. Not Wishbone.
You're not gonna kill Wishbone. No, we're not killing. You're not ruining my childhood, Tank. No.
No, don't do it. Enough tears. I want a bigger dog than him. No, that's it. Wouldn't even make sense throwing cats off a cliff. They just land and run away.
but you can't have terriers there because they weren't around during the
Yeah,
time.
it doesn't make sense. But I'm like, you're already changing the story with other stuff, man. Like, give us Wishbone, you know?
No,
Yeah,
you
somehow.
killing Wishbone. So then
He
you have
lived,
thrown off.
he lived a good life. He would have been the best dog.
Terriers off the cliff too. Oh my! You just trying to kill Elva. What are we doing?
That would have not been Wishbone. The one that lived his life.
Dogs.
It don't matter. No, Wishbone's the one that lives. No, yeah. I mean, you also wanted to kill like Robert Pattinson. It was like, oh, we're gonna put him outside on the dung pile. I was like, put you on the dung pile, mother. What you doing, man? That poor dog. Yeah. So that was my other thing. Was
and then that action scene, Odysseus locking everyone in there was so good. And it's like, oh no, I'm not locked in here with you.
Yeah.
You're locked in here with me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, that was a good one. That was a good scene.
And it's funny because you think that he's dying. He's like, I'm not dying. We're going to exile. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Got arrows everywhere. He's like, whatever.
I'm good.
Yeah.
He'll heal.
Yeah. So, yeah. It was like, I guess that's my good and bad. My good and bad is like, they changed it, but I like the changes. So,
I like some of them. I didn't like all of them.
Yeah. So, yeah. When that witch turning pigs and those men into pigs first down their throat turned my stomach. That was some body horror kind of stuff because she was like cramming in there. They're making noises and she's like yanking at their
why
faces
did she
and shit.
just turn back to a man?
Turn
back to a man. I'm like, why do we have to go to the body horror?
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, that was interesting scene. But yeah, but finding out that was all practical effects, well, I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That like, because I'm like, oh, that's for sure some CGI stuff, right? I mean, but nope. It's got some animatronics and some molding clay and shit, whatever the hell Christopher Nolan does. Love it. All right, let's move on to our ratings. If we missed anything, if you're watching on the replay, if we missed anything you want to talk about, go down in the comments. I'm willing to talk about this movie a lot. I want to see it again. Can't wait to see it again.
I'm gonna go again.
I am definitely not, because I'm not giving you another 3.5 hours. I left. I
want to see it in 70 millimeter
at 2:15 in the afternoon and got home at 7 p.m. at night. No, you ain't getting that again. No.
Well. Yeah, I know she, saying he loved it. I know he said, I gotta look for the comment, but he saw it on 70 millimeter. And I'm like, I know Sully Streams saw it on 70 millimeter, and I was like so jealous. So I might, because there's one a new 70 millimeter by us, in the Chicagoland area, out in the burbs. So I might go see this on 70 millimeter because I heard it's just like
it's sold out
till
August.
Fuck. Of course it is. That's all right. I'll go see it in like September or some shit. I'm cool with that. Oh man, give my ass some time to wake up from that. And those seats were. It was also the seats were very uncomfortable in general. So it already made more than Supergirl. It did.
It made more than Supergirl just domestically.
IMAX. I saw it in IMAX.
World, the entire lifetime of Supergirl, it made more. First weekend domestically.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you guys see it? So I saw it on an IMAX screen and it was great. It was great on IMAX screen.
I saw Dolby IMAX.
Dolby IMAX.
I saw it on IMAX.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's the only way. All right. We'll finish things off with our ratings. Now, later, never. Now means you got to go to the theater and watch it on the big screen. Later means wait till it's at home, and never means just skip it. I already know what everyone's gonna say, but let's go through it. Brandman, what you giving the Odyssey?
Now, but you have to see it on IMAX. You have to see it on IMAX or 70 millimeter. My next watch might be 70 millimeter. I might try it out that way. But yeah, you got to experience a Nolan movie on the in the right format. That's really the only way. Otherwise, you're not really doing it. You're not getting the full experience. I know that sounds like I'm really, really hyping it, but it's the only way that I found. It just hits different any other way. So it's a definite now, but make sure you watch it the right format.
Yeah. I gotta look up before you go, Brian. There's people that are like, oh, this is the standard format, and it cuts off like a lot of their head and a lot of their chest. I'm like, I don't know if that's real or not. I'm like, is that just a meme? Okay, because I was like, I feel like they would adjust it somewhat. I mean, granted, I know you're not gonna get the full picture, but they're not cutting off somebody's like forehead and shit. You know, like the memes are saying.
No,
all right.
It's everyone saw it, even on standard film, standard screens. Looks
like still
remotely. Yeah, it's fine. You're not missing anything. You're not going to miss anything by watching on standard. You just don't get the full visual effect of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. What about you, Brian? What you giving it?
I'm never going to see this. I mean, I saw it. It's a now. It's really good. You have to see it because there's scenes, there are parts of it that are just, in my opinion, epic. There are other parts that I'm like, okay. But no, why would you not go see this movie? The way it's put together, the storytelling, it's really, really good. Now the question is, will go back to the movie theater and see it? I'll order it first as soon as I can, a Steelbook 4K 3D 4K, and watch it at home because I can't give you 5 hours of my day. I just can't give you 5 hours of my day. So if you see the 70 millimeter, there's no preview.
Yeah. That saves like 30 minutes right there. Yeah.
So that might be doable. But sitting there for 30 minutes, going through the previews, then going through the movie, that I don't know if you'll see me doing that again. Maybe 70 millimeter, but not. I'm not going to go see that regularly. I'm just not.
Yeah. She's like, seen it twice, not watching it again. Yeah, I mean, you already saw it like the two best ways. So IMAX and in 70 millimeter. Fernando says, see it now or suffer the wrath of the gods. And Monique says, depends on your bladder setup. You can sit for 3 hours, go for it.
I'm very excited for Spider-Man coming out. So I don't know if, once again, with that coming out soon, if I don't see it next weekend, I'm not going to see it.
Yeah. Kind of how you brought it up, like it's sold out in 70 millimeter until August. So I'm like, September, perfect time. There ain't nothing coming out big in September. I could definitely find a weekend to go see it in September, and hopefully I'll find tickets by then. That's not gonna break my neck because it's the front row. So yeah, that works for me. Yeah, because like you said, like from here on out, it's gonna be hard to find a weekend that's kind of open, at least for the next month or two.
To Clayface, after Brand New Day is Clayface, and then nothing that I'm dying to go see.
Wait, Clayface comes out that early? I thought Clayface comes out
like first week of October, isn't it?
October, right?
Yeah,
October, yeah.
So my point is that there's nothing between Brand New Day
and Clayface.
Damn,
really?
That I really want to go see. So it's nothing I need to go see. It's gonna be better. Honestly, a second watch could happen when I have time.
Yeah.
Not 5 hours. I'm not gonna give you 5
she
hours.
said still had previews with 70 millimeter though. Oh, because I heard people were getting mad because they were walking in
around here. It's all over the internet. People that saw 70 millimeter did not get previews. It's actually an article about it.
Yeah,
I mean, she told me on Saturday that he got previews, but it's a big article about it. And people that I know that saw it in Willowbrook, Marvin saw it, had no previews.
Oh, did he?
It just started.
Just went.
Lights went down.
Because I know people were pissed because you think you have a few minutes, trailers and everything. I mean, AMC tells you got 30 minutes before the actual movie starts. So. Yeah, so people were like expecting that, and then they come in and it's like already playing. So people were kind of like pissed. They're like, "Hey, so yeah, that's the norm if you see it early." Okay, yeah. So, but for me, I mean, it's a now. I mean, I love Greek mythology. I love his take on the story. It's definitely different. But I enjoyed what he did with it and how he went. With telling his story and his moral of the story. It was really good. Visually amazing, acting amazing. I thought the sound was great, just really, really freaking loud. But yeah, it was just it was a great movie. I'm not gonna call it a masterpiece like some people are calling it yet, but it's definitely gonna be one of the best movies of the year. It's gonna be up there, top 3, top 5, something like that.
Top 5.
Yep.
Yeah. It's down my mind. It's gonna be top 5. No way.
Yeah. I mean, even for me right now, it's only number 2 for the year because I loved Project Hail Mary. Loved Project Hail Mary.
Mhm.
So
I love Michael more than I like this. So that's because I'm a Michael fan.
Yeah. So, but I think it's gonna end up being one of the best movies of the year for sure, and it's gonna win a bazillion, or it's gonna at least be nominated for a bunch of awards in like every single category. So, yeah. So, but yeah, definitely like Brandman said, go see it in IMAX if you can. 7mm even. I mean, he shot it on specifically for IMAX. So, yeah, go see it in IMAX. Usually we'll get into box office and stuff like that. It's super high on Rotten Tomatoes. Surprise. It's like 98 with the audience or something like that, and critics. So, and it made a buttload of money. And it's gonna make a buttload more money. So, yeah, but yeah, unless you guys got anything else, this is
good. This is
cool. But yeah, that's our discussion for the Odyssey. We all really liked it a lot. So we want to hear from you guys. So if you're watching on the replay, leave a comment down below. Let us know what your favorite part was. If you had any issues with any parts of it, let us know. And make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right down below. Come and join us when we do movie reviews like this, trailer reactions, other fun stuff as well. And we appreciate everyone in the live chat. Thank you guys for all the comments. You guys are awesome, but we want you to stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic. Cool. Oh man,
let's go Lestat.
Yeah, jump right into Lestat.
I'm interested to see what you guys think about this as an episode. Very interested to hear what you guys say.
Because I think Brandman, you watched it before all of us, and what you said about Armand, I was like, oh man, I knew it was coming. Obviously the way the last episode ended, but yeah, it was interesting. Still want to slap him. Still want to slap him.
I understood where he's come from. And Louis is not a great person all the time. Yeah, like he's just not. So
all right. Let's just jump right into it. This is where I say good night. All right, Mama Bear, we appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us for as long as you did. Have a good night. Go get some sleep. Early morning. We hear you.
Let's thank you. That's all I can say is thank you for all the stuff.
Yeah.
So,
We always appreciate you. All right. Well, I'm gonna save that for when we get to that. All right. I'll keep all that. All right. Let's jump into this. All right. What is up? Welcome back, Spoiler Kings. We are here talking about the season finale of Vampire Lestat. Season 1 of Vampire Lestat, season 3 of Interview, however they plan on doing it, but the Vampire Chronicles, at this point, that's what they should do, it like the Vampire Chronicles.
Well, the whole thing is gonna be called the Vampire Chronicles, but this is the season 1 of the Vampire Lestat, because it seems like we're gonna get a season 2.
I don't know if it's gonna be called the Vampire Lestat though. Especially the way it ended, which we're gonna get into that ending because boy, that was an ending. But yeah, so this one was titled The Failures, I think, or just Failures, one or the other. And it picks up right where the last one left off. They Louis and Lestat got no heads, and Armand and Daniel are messing with them pretty much. So we'll start off with Brandman. What you think about the finale?
Screw Armand. That's all I have to say. Screw him.
Well,
what a just whiny wet rag of a character, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Just
Ace is saying.
Yeah, he was making me so angry. But I loved just kind of like that whole visceral nature of him interrogating Louis' severed head and keeping his body and his head alive. And just Jacob Anderson's acting job, how he was struggling to form words and that sort of thing, it actually kind of had me going like this at times. I also liked the what they did with Lestat, basically how he was in limbo.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. And just basically Lestat versus himself, confronting himself as a person, all his insecurities and inadequacies and fears basically literally laid out on the table, if you want to think about it. I liked that. What else was there? I liked how it was alternating between what Lestat was going through and what Louis was going through. It almost felt kind of real time, which I thought was cool. And I think it felt like a culmination of Lestat as a character through the entire season. So it felt like there was real payoff. I definitely want another season, but they focused on the now, which I know I like to say a lot, but it focused on wrapping where we were from the beginning, middle, and end of this season up efficiently. So it felt very contained in that regard and satisfactory. I'm already waiting hand and foot on the next season, but the way that they efficiently told the story in this one worked very, very well.
Let me see. Last time I checked was earlier today. They have not announced.
They have not.
They have not.
Next season.
Yeah,
they haven't greenlit it or anything. The rumor is San Diego Comic-Con is this weekend. I think they have a panel. And the rumor is that they're probably going to announce it then. That's the going rumor. And I hope they announce, like they do with LeBron James. They're like, we're not talking about season 4. We're talking about season 4, 5, 6, So, and hopefully, because then they can just like start shooting them.
He talked about that. And he said,
a little bit, he hinted at it.
Yeah, he kind of hit it. Well, he said more that they're going to adapt the next 3 books and they're kind of going to mesh them all together. So the story is going to be, they kind of know where they're going with it. So
yeah, even Roland Jones, the showrunner, he even kind of like hinted at like there's going to be another season. So yeah, I just hope the announcement at Comic-Con is not just like, hey, we got one more season. I hope it's more like we got 2 more seasons, 3 more seasons. Yeah. So we'll see. That's this weekend. Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con's this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. But what about you, Brian? What you think about this finale?
It was kind of gut wrenching because you knew how close they were to happiness, right? And you saw it, and then to have to deal with all the negative things that they've had, in their life, because that's what both of them did. So Louis getting interrogated and stuff, but he had to deal with all the negative things he did to Armand, all the things he had to deal with Claudia, in his face. He had to deal with a lot of his own, problems, because you're 2 minutes away from death. You're literally 2 minutes away from death, and how do you want to go out? You want to go out just admitting your faults and just saying this is what it is. And if I hurt you, because what he said to Armand was was crazy. Like, hey, what I was, as a pimp, as owning this whorehouse and all this stuff, what I did, but when I was alive, versus what happened to you when you were a 12-year-old boy, I couldn't even talk to you about it. There's part of my life, there's almost all my life that I can't even talk to you about. I thought that was kind of crazy, and him opening up in that way. And then Lestat just really, you seeing the id of him, you seeing his subconscious, you seeing so many parts of him. I thought that was really interesting to see, and that really Gabrielle is the real villain.
Yeah, she sucks.
She sucks. Like when you see her taking him to see those girls burned at the stakes. That's why when he finally gets back to the land of the living, he's back up. He yells at her, like,
he calls her a monster.
You're the real monster.
Yeah,
and I think I really like the title of this show, the title of this episode, talking about the failure, because Lestat, in so many ways, is a failure, right? that's how he is. He's dealing with that. And I think he finally got to a point where he said, yes, I'm okay. I am a failure. Whatever. You guys see me as a failure, I'm a failure. Whatever. It's fine. You know, but the whole music, all the stuff, he starts stuff, he doesn't finish any of the stuff. He doesn't really win. But you know what? He always rises from the ashes. And I think I'm going to really enjoy where they go from this.
There's that line he says, you know, after they do their thing and he's on his stage and he's like, oh, I'm a failure, but at least I attempted something. I was like, damn, that's, you know, that was like good, because then it's like he understands like he did a lot of bad, but also at least he tried doing something, where, you know, Gabriella didn't really do anything. Like all these other people just kind of just were vampires and that's it. You know what I mean? You know,
but you also think about what he did. He found love through all this stuff, you know, and I think they both kind of realized that who's the love of my life? This is what it is. You know, there's no doubt. You know, Louis says it. You know, and the scene with his brother.
With Paul,
almost broke.
That was
right.
Oh man,
that was tough.
Because he like starts walking in the back. I'm like, who's this walking? I'm like, oh, is this gonna be like death? Like, what is this gonna be? And he sits down. I'm like, oh, that was great. That was great.
he said, I still wish you were a girl. And then Lestat says, sometimes me too. And I thought that was just good the way he did it. It was just whatever, you know, and it just was so well done. I love that part. And yeah, we can talk about the final scenes and what's going to happen going forward.
Yeah.
Good.
Hold on, I want to talk about the Paul part, right? Because at the end of that, you know, they're looking at the clock and stuff like that, and Paul like looks the other way and talks to somebody, and I heard been here a lot of things like people are saying he's talking to God.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I thought.
We're
not taking them right now. You know,
and it's funny because like he calls God her, you know, so I was like, that seems very like kind of Anne Ricey, kind of like, I feel like she would do something like that. I feel 100%. I don't know her that much, but I feel like it fits with the universe they're in.
It's with the Queen of the Damned and what happens in that whole story. You know?
So I thought, because I was like, people were saying that, people were saying he was talking to like, you know, he was talking to like the spirit of Akasha. Like I was like, that would be interesting. So like, I just enjoyed that. Like there's a higher being that was there, you know, with Lestat, which I thought was interesting, you know. But that whole Paul was
so good. Oh my god.
Yeah. I did not expect that.
And even the idea of the Claudia thing when Armand finally heals her and she takes off, you know, and I thought that was a good way to kind of end that pain a little bit more. Closure.
Yeah, like she's gone now.
And now you have closure. You don't have to worry about her coming back into the story. So,
what were you guys calling it? Fraudia, yeah, or Ghost the Claudia. Like I think we're done with Claudia. I think we're done with Claudia.
And then even at the table, at the giant table, Claudia's like, "Fuck him, fuck you, I'm out."
Yeah, it was like she said, you know, she told you everything she wanted to tell you already. I was like, damn, you know. Yeah, she's like, I don't want to see you again. So it's like,
I thought that was cool. Yeah, but is Gabriella done? I think there's more to do with her. There's
a lot
going forward.
Oh, she'll be back.
You're gonna see.
Yeah. Because like I feel like a story like this where he finds out who he really loves, and it's Louis, and I think they find out they really like love each other for better or for worse. You need to have the opposite of that, you know, like you need to have that toxic person, you know, whether it be Armand, you know, or you know, Gabriella, like you need that opposite of part that's gonna like, you know, because he has to have those like, you know, the devil on one side and the angel on kind of one side. Like he needs to have that balance of like, oh, I found the person I love, but also I'm still attached to like this horrible monster, you know, for better, you know. So yeah. So yeah, she's not going anywhere. But yeah, I kind of agree with Ace. He goes, for Impossible, he didn't deserve nor should have gotten. Because I'm like, don't make me feel sorry for him, man. Like he's a shitty person. I don't. Don't make me feel sorry for him.
But you should know what he. What you should know what he went through is still. People are because of their childhood. I think that this is what we saw all season because with Lestat. The reason he's going through all the stuff the way he is because of his childhood and what he went through. And that was the whole thing. Even at the table, you seeing young and teenage and all the stuff he went through is kind of caused him to be who he is. And the same thing goes for Armand. Just no one loves him the same way, so he doesn't go through it the same way.
Yeah, exactly. We got Charlie. What's up, Charlie? He goes, "Oh my god, finally had me slight at this point. We didn't get the concert." yeah, that's kind of the big thing because I was expecting the concert. I was really expecting the concert, but it's good and it's bad. It's bad because I wanted it, but it's good because it leaves it on a cliffhanger where I feel satisfied for the finale. For the season, but I'm really excited for what's coming next, because
me too.
We have to get to the concert and we have to get to the world that became when he opens the door and
exactly what happened after that thing's for half the world to be destroyed. And then you think about it and you talk about we're going to be ripped apart, and then you think about Louis walking around with no foot, you see Armand missing an eye. Exactly. So what? We being ripped apart. You hear them say that, and then you see that at the beginning, and we got all the answers right at the first episode, but we haven't gotten to the actual what happened there. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, there's the whole Raglan thing. I don't want to spoil it if no one's read the books. I haven't read the books, but I know enough of the books. So stuff like that. So like they're definitely mixing together because they're gonna go Body Thief. Let me say Queen of the Dam, Thief, and then Mimic the Devil because that's when he's gonna be back to all the stuff. So we're gonna have a lot.
Yeah. Charles said that doesn't excuse Armand's actions.
No, not at all. But did it even excuse Lestat's actions? You know what I'm saying? Like him being who he is, it didn't excuse who he was.
Like a reason. I don't know how to say it. A reason is an excuse. It's just like this is why this happened. It doesn't excuse it from happening, but at least you understand why it happened. You know what I mean? Like it's still a bad thing, and you should not have done it, but you understand like why you are the way you are. Kind of thing. So. Yeah, it doesn't excuse him. That's why I was like, don't make me feel sorry for him because he's still a shitty person, But that's what the show I think does really good, where like it takes these bad people and you have these moments of like, oh, and then you're like, oh no, fuck you, you're a horrible person. I don't want to like you, So yeah, and I'm sure like next season they might do something like that with Sophia, even where like you're like, oh, well,
the reason why she's that, and then you're like,
oh,
this woman during this time frame when none of her opinions really mattered, but you still did shitty things when you were a human, along with being when you're a vampire.
Yeah, this got amplified. Monique said Daniel didn't make it. Raglan's crew silenced him. Maybe I don't know. I think he's still alive.
He made it.
I think he's still alive. Because we have to get to that whole what the hell's it called? Devil's Minion or whatever. That whole like their love relationship. We haven't really fully explored yet. We just got like them coming out. As like they're a couple. So we have to really explore Daniel and Armand's kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
I felt nothing for Armand. Sorry to that man. And I get it too. It's like you're like, no, you did so much bad stuff. I don't even feel sorry for you.
I mean, but if you're 450 years old, you will do a lot of bad things too at being a vampire. You know what I'm saying? Like through 400 years of being a vampire, you'll do a lot of bad stuff. Just par for the course.
I said, Ace said the only reason those two girls were killed as witches because Gabrielle didn't want him to fall in love and stay. Yeah.
Yep. Which is so
and then I love what they did with her forcing him to watch, which is just so fucked up. And then it goes back to the Claudia thing and Lestat forcing
same thing to Claudia. Yeah.
Oh, man. And it's just because then he starts to realize he's like, am I a monster? Especially after everything Claudia just said. and you dealt with that because damn, and then it's still like you're still kind of realizing like, man, like, yeah, am I the monster too?
Yes, just like Armand and just like you're the same thing. You're all the same. So we just like Lestat, but they're all monsters.
Yeah, I mean Louis was a pimp. Before he was a vampire, he was a pimp, so he wasn't a good guy by any means as well.
He's also self-indulgent. He only thinks about himself. He complains about all this shit. The whole point of the interview with the vampires because he wants to paint himself in the best light all the damn time, and paint everyone else as the devil because he's the fucking devil. Come on.
I saw this choice. I had to schedule 2 booty calls today with how dissatisfied I was with that finale. Yeah, and then it's a lot of people are not happy with the ending, because I think they wanted the ending, and instead we got set up for next season. And I get it. I'm not mad at people who are like, oh, I don't like the ending. I get it.
Ultimates are usually better than finales to me.
Yeah,
that's just. I thought the penultimate
is the climax, and then the finale is kind of the letdown to get ready for the next season. And it's so it's the start of the dip. And then you have your reintroduction and it starts to build up again. So, yeah.
But waiting this long and only getting 7 episodes.
Yeah,
it's gonna piss me off.
Exactly. We need to quit that shit, man. Give us 10. At least give us 10.
Go for 10.
At least. Yeah.
And there's more story you could have done. You could have done more. You didn't have to end it this fast.
Yeah, exactly. Teak said, Lestat is how he is because of Gabriella. He did to him as well as Magnus. Yep. These 2 people are responsible for making Lestat. Yeah. Even that was great where he's like, oh, I have another maker. So
yeah, it's funny because Magnus like, dude, you knew me for a week. What the fuck you talking about? You don't know nothing about me. You been there for a week. There's only one person around here that knows that, my other maker, but my mom. She's been in his life all the time. But what the fuck? You weren't Magnus. You weren't there. We don't know you.
Yeah. Oh, going back to like the dinner scene, and then after, I believe it was after the burning witches thing, and Lestat just sitting there, like I'm like, what the fuck? It was so off-putting. But it made sense that he was just so messed up in the head. Like it was like he went brain dead for a minute. You know what I mean? Like,
do you know what that reminded me of?
Huh?
It reminded me of there's a scene in the original Fright Night from 1985 where the main character, I don't know if anyone remembers this scene, where they're in the vampire's house and the main character Charlie holds a cross in front of him, and then he just goes. It reminded me of that.
That's funny. That's funny.
I felt like it made sense because of what we saw what was going on with Louis. And how he was falling apart, and even for him to talk, I mean, he had all those things connected to him. Armand put all those things, and then he had to kind of telekinesis was the only, and telepathic, and be able to talk to him through that. So I thought that was interesting, in the scene too. But seeing him going through it, you kind of understood what was going on with Lestat.
Yeah, but even like that one where he's like that, and then a little later on where he just starts laughing, and he starts laughing so much like he starts to tune out like everyone yelling at him with shit. It was just like it's just like it was a good like he was so messed up from that trauma, like he kind of like shut out by this going like that, but then he started to like, I don't need to listen to you guys. And he starts laughing at himself and at them. And like, I don't know, like this had a lot of like stuff going on that was like metaphors and this and that. Like, like I felt like this episode was a little artsy with Lestat's part, at least. Like it started doing a little stuff when he was in purgatory, kind of, and then his concert. So like he kind of took over like his own judgment, which is very Lestat kind of thing. It's like he's like, you can't judge me, I can judge me, and he was kind of having this like, moment where he's like realizing who he really is, so Yeah, but it was like artsy, but not in like in a pretentious kind of way. It was just more like it made sense with the character and the story that they were doing. Was like I enjoyed that, but it was the opposite of the Louis part, where the Louis part was very direct. It was like we're keeping you alive, and I'm going to torture you in every way, and this and that. So yeah.
What'd you think about him, Armand branding Louis?
That was some
F you,
punk
man.
ass shit.
It's like
because I mean that's what he does
Armand.
for his covenant. That's what he did. He branded all of them and all that. He says, "I still own you," but you don't, because you just got your heart broken. You just pissed off.
Yeah. He's petty. That was some petty shit for sure. Pissed him off. That when he walks before he leaves, I'm like, what is he doing? And then I'm like,
Scarlet A,
Scarlet A kind of too. Yeah.
Because Armand brands everyone that's part of his covenant, like the people that follow him, his followers. He brands them all.
Yeah. Even that was funny. Like when Daniel's head kind of comes in, because like, did he open up the
bag and start
and stick his head in there? So I'm like, because that's what I kind of pictured in my head.
That's exactly what I thought. Too.
Yeah. So Louis better rip out that eye for that, right?
100%.
Oh man, Lestat only knew maggots Magnus.
Yeah.
Magnus for a week. Ignore Lestat non-consent. Then off him. Yeah. Also, so I haven't read the book. So my wife right now is reading the Vampire Lestat, and she said it was less rapey, in the book. I'm like, oh okay. So, and it was very different in the book. She said where he did it and it was fine, and he's like, oh, here's my money. Peace out. I want to go see if the devil is real, and then jumps in the fire and dances till he dies. So I was like, oh shit, and they even brought that up in this. He's like, oh, you only knew me for a week, and then you jumped in the fire and danced, which is what he did in the book. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I didn't know that in the book he's not rapey like that, So I was like, okay, yeah. I was hoping they skipped Daniel and Armand's relationship. Nah, I think
that's
they're
gonna
go
be
hard.
Thing. It's gonna be.
They're gonna go hardcore next with it. Yeah. He was talking down into the bag. Yeah. It's just like I thought that was kind of funny. The way Armand brought in Regina Fraudia was messed up. Yeah, that just shows how Armand's is so.
Well, even the fact I was surprised that Louis
so bad
was so still like, no, I got protector still.
Was it because he reminded of Claudia, or was it just because like she's innocent? Maybe I don't know, because I couldn't figure that out. Was
even
it because
she was innocent? It's still Claudia. I think no matter what.
But he's past that, right?
No.
After Claudia Ghost is like, I hate you. Like I hate you. Like, is he over it? Is he like?
He also had a relationship with her. With the girl,
with Regina. Yeah.
He had an actual relationship. She did things. He asked her to do these things, so she did the things because he asked for it. So like he feels responsible in that way too. I didn't want to bring you to my life that way.
Yeah. Like have this like innocent person who's it's my fault, and like I don't want you to die on my my behalf. Even that was great. That was great, man. She's such a great actress. If it's so annoying that none of these actors are getting nominated for Emmys. It just after this season, all of them. Louis, this last episode, Delaney Hayes, for sure needs to get nominated.
Terrific.
Yeah. It's gonna be a crime if they don't. So.
Yeah, she was definitely a standout on this season, especially during the latter half. She's made every one of her appearances on this season count, and I feel like they used her just right. On this season. There wasn't an oversaturation of her. Even if they had more of her, I wouldn't have minded. Because like I said, this season was really a testament to her as an actress playing a wholly different character, and it and she looked, felt, and carried herself differently than the previous season. See, yeah, that was amazing. You know, I see this opening more doors for her.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Kind of, Monique said she was innocent, though the relationship was based on a lie that Armand constructed. Yeah, like Armand was kind of like messing with Louis' head about Claudia too, you know?
Yeah. Well, she's not innocent. She's a grifter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she definitely took offense. She took his money, a lot of it. So,
she's not innocent, but she did set him up.
Yeah.
I mean, she walked past him. How many times she said he walked past her for weeks, for 3 weeks every day?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Before he finally noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It reminds me of that Brooklyn Nine-Nine with the dumb, the dumb mobster, cousin, where they're driving past the car and he's like, hey, look at that car, and he's like, huh? He's like, that's the car that you need to find. Yeah, just like shit like that. That's Louis. Like, I can imagine Armand is like walking up and down the same block with Louis for like 3 weeks.
He turns him around. He tries to get him to see it.
Yeah. No. But then it took Armand like taking control, because he took control of her a little bit to kind of like force herself into his life.
Do you believe that though? That she kept on saying that he did this to me, but did he really do it?
50-50.
Or does it?
It's hard to tell. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. I would take the $500,000 too. Yeah. Said unpopular opinion. I was bored with the whole Fraudia plot line. Really? That is an unpopular opinion.
I heard a lot of people say that people
really
like. Yeah. What do you think this episode got ranked? I don't know the answer. I just want to know what you guys think. They ranked that this episode.
I want to know, did Lestat kill Paul? Yeah, because everyone in that room was people that Lestat killed.
Victim of his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was season 1, and I think Louis got pissed off. I think, right? I would have, because that's what, like 5 years ago at this point, season 1, But I'm pretty sure he killed him, and then I think Louis got pissed. I would have to go back and like rewatch to see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Lawrence said I didn't like this episode, really. Okay.
So this was the 3rd lowest rated episode
of the season.
So
that puts it like right in the middle.
So Detroit was lower, and Toledo was lower. The two first couple ones, right?
Yeah, first few ones.
Yeah, the Toronto was great. The Devil's Road was okay. New York was great. Montreal was great, and this one was a little bit lower.
Okay. Yeah. So, that was it. So real quick, I want to talk about like the. Well, I don't know if you want to talk about like the ending when he opens up the door.
Well, I mean, it kind of does, and it kind of leads to where does this go?
Yeah. Like, what do you guys think it's gonna be? Because I really don't know, but I'm using like the little bit I know of the books and what's happened in this season. So, what do you think? What do you think, Brian Man?
I think that's the $1 million question, because, like I said, it felt self-contained, but at the same time, it felt like open-ended. So, is Lestat going to come back, continue making music? Is he gonna play his show? Which you'd assume yes, because we need that to kind of segue into Queen of the Damned.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that it ended, you're kind of like stuck asking yourself, like, how do they go, and how do they segue into that from here?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how. A lot of my questions were very Lestat centric at this point. I'd say. So yeah, I'm worried. I'm curious where they're gonna go with Louis, but like the bulk of my concerns for the next season are all centered on how do you come back from this? That's my big question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, even like with it being like kind of a look into the future, which means like we have to get there and then it has to happen and it has to come back. So it's like whenever they do a tease like that, it's like, well, first we have to get there, and now we're gonna get there. Now you have to figure out like what happens after and stuff. So I like teases like this. That's why I think I like this episode, but I get not everyone likes that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I think she is the answer. I think you see that on one of the walls, like graffitied on one of the walls when he opens the door and he looks out. So yeah. What are you, Brian? What do you think of the burnt city means?
It kind of, for me, I think we're going to start season 3 with a concert.
Same.
I think we start with a concert, and it's going to start to get out of control. But Kasha's going to somehow get loose, and then she starts doing her thing as their numbers multiply. All these people get turned and all the stuff. The numbers exactly what they're talking about. What he wants. Kasha might get loose and start doing her conversion and destroy the entire city. And then we're gonna get. So I think that we get some Queen of the Damned, some finishing up Lestat, some Queen of the Damned, and maybe even some Body Thief in there. Because that's the whole point of him. He's being gone. I think we're gonna get a little bit of all that next season because of what we saw. I don't think we're gonna get. I mean, I know they're going to get into Minoc the devil, but I don't think that's going to happen next season. I think we're going to have another 7 or 8 episode season, and it's going to kind of finish up Lestat, get into Body Thief, and bring Queen of the Damned in. So, like, I can see like one episode of finish up Lestat, and then we get 4 or 5 episodes of Queen of the Damned, and then Body Thief towards the end to explain where we are at the beginning of this past season.
Yeah. Because I think the auction, you're talking about the auction, right? At the beginning of the season. Yep. I think the auction is going to be the start of the Body Thief.
Well, stuff. I think it's going to be like, that's where the auction ends.
Yeah.
When we realize where is
where we're at.
Yeah. And who's the person on the phone or any of that stuff. That kind of explains what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of agree with all of that. Exactly. All of that. But watching other people talk about it and watching people, do reviews and stuff. In the first episode, he talks about Akasha exterminating the Y chromosome. So that's, going to be a big thing, I think, going forward as well. And a little bit of the books that I know, I know that's kind of like a thing she's trying to go for as well. Yeah.
Eliminate Mills from the race. That's what it is eliminate them.
Yeah. So I kind of agree with that. Yeah. With how the next season is gonna set up. That's why I'm hoping this weekend we got 3 more seasons lined up. Because I mean, right now, what else has AMC got? Is
the Walking Dead is coming back out? Yeah,
but is it that big though?
Yeah, maybe not in America, but it still is.
Yeah,
still get really good viewership.
Yeah. So the Walking Dead City is only a 68% average on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.4 on IMDb.
All you have to have is zombies and people watch.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, I've been over Walking Dead for a long time. Yeah. Dead City viewership drops to a new low at 278,000 viewers. So we'll see. I'm kind of curious to see what the viewership with this season is, overall. But hopefully AMC is like putting a little bit more effort into giving this show a few more seasons, and then I mean, shit, they gave Mayfair Wishes 3 fucking seasons.
Dude, exactly.
It was like
right?
For witches, then shit, anything can get.
Exactly. You know, like I'm gonna watch this new season, but I wouldn't if it sucks. I'm done. I'm done. Like even halfway through the season, like it needs to be good from the start.
I'm not sure, man. Maybe I give it episode 1, maybe.
Yeah, like it needs to be good from the start. If you got a new showrunner and you're gonna, you know, change, you know, do things a little bit better, you know, yeah, like. Yeah, that's why I'm like, if you get Mayfair, which is 3 seasons, you know, and technically this is the 3rd season of, you know, Lestat and Louis kind of things. I was like, that's crazy that both shows have 3 seasons. I feel like the Lestat story should have like 3 more lined up. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So I just looked it up. Vampire Lestat on AMC is getting 226,000 live viewers.
Okay. I wonder how that is compared to
It's number 1.
like the rest of the seasons. Is it number 1? Okay.
It's number 1 still. Yeah.
That's good. So hopefully we get some good news this weekend. But last few comments. Charlie said, I just want to know how she's gonna destroy a whole city. I mean, she's gonna take over a lot of vampires because there's what? How many vampires did Raglan say?
200-some thousand.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, because he said it's like there's more deaths than there's births now because of the vampire, all the vampires. So
yeah,
she's gonna take over a lot of vampires. Like how powerful is she gonna be? Well, what powers will she have? Yeah. Monique said, is it shocking that Raglan, the Watchers, want this great conversion to happen? No. Because I think it gives them a reason.
Yeah.
You know, like
keep yourselves employed by always having someone for you to go after.
Exactly. If you create your own bad guy, then you're always, you know, gonna be going. Yeah. So we'll see. The Walking Dead need all the spin-offs. Exactly. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
It's mostly it on my end.
Yeah, that's about it. I think next week we might do one more talk about Lestat and try to get some other people coming in, and we'll do like a panel and talk about overall the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. But we'll finish things up with that. Yeah, but we appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out with us for all of the Vampire Lestat, all 7 weeks. You know, it's so annoying. It's been only 7 weeks.
2 years, get 7 weeks.
I know. Oh my god, it's the most annoying thing. Oh man, but yeah, appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out with us. But we want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you think about the finale. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Somewhere in between. Any theories you got? Let us know. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back next Monday for one last discussion of Vampire Lestat. We'll talk the whole season, and we'll try to get a little panel in here and see how everyone likes it. But we appreciate all you guys in the live chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for coming and joining. But you guys stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night. Let me see. So, yeah. Oh, that's why I was laughing.
Go to sleep. Hi.
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Yeah, that's why I was laughing because I don't know if you guys can hear him.
Yeah, I heard him a couple times.
Did you hear? He goes, "Daddy, what you doing?" So I'm like trying not to like crack up. Oh man, this kid. Now he's like wired with all the lights and everything like that. What's that?
Yeah, turn it off. We'll mute it.
Yeah, and also he loves like looking at himself. But oh yeah, that's why I was. You saw me laughing at the end of the discussion. He's yelling at me off camera. It was
you're trying to figure out what you're gonna say. Like,
it's very distracting. He's like, Daddy, what you doing? Like, I'm trying to talk. So, but I don't know. You guys got anything else? It's already 1 o'clock. Collector's gonna get mad.
Yes, no House of the Dragons.
I think that's
Cool with me.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want, we could do
What do you guys wanna
after
do?
Panda and Grizzly. We can
figure out a way to do it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We could talk like offline, do a quick offline kind of session or something like that. So, yeah, because obviously I'm gonna have to go help put him back to bed.
Said no nap. Say it. No nap.
You want to take a nap? What is that? Yeah. Well, so what? Not your phone. Yeah, so he's wired. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go put him back to bed.
It's me. His daddy over there.
Yeah, no,
he's everywhere. All the screens.
Whenever Erica's watching like any of our clips and stuff like that, him and my older son always are like oh, daddy's friends. So whenever I'm editing, like they always see you guys and like, oh, daddy's friends. I was like, yeah.
Malik, I'm telling you, House of the Dragon, look, this is a better episode, but that's only because the other two were terrible.
Oh, jeez. I think at least stuff happened in this episode where like I feel like this, but Rhaenyra's still doing stupid shit. I was like, stop, man! You got a kingdom.
Every time.
And Damon is telling her. He's telling her.
The one time I agree with I agree with Damon. Usually I'm like, oh, bro, you're a little hot headed. You're a little like, punch first and ask questions later. But I mean, he's definitely right. He's like, you got a whole kingdom to worry about. And instead, you're worried about this dragon that killed your son.
And we'll get revenge done later.
Yeah. Like, this dragon ain't going nowhere. Don't worry. Like, if it pops up, we got it. But you spend time and money when there's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. You want to say bye? You want to say bye? Say bye.
Say bye, everybody. We're going to get out of here.
I love you. All right. All right. Yeah, because I got to get out and help. But yeah. All right. But he don't want to leave. He loves looking at himself when we go through pictures and everything. He can take it. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. And also, I'm like, yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock. Like,
you ain't said nothing but a word to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Adorable. Yeah. He's a so talkative. So, oh, man. Is this better than Interview with the Vampire?
Ooh. I'm not sure I like comparing the two because they're two separate animals. I don't really I consider them companion pieces to each other, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
I like that I think there was more of a sense of subtlety to Interview with the Vampire than this, which was really, this show is the equivalent of getting slammed face first into the concrete and kicked in the stomach. And I mean that in the best way possible. And I mean that, just in terms of how chaotic it is. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very, I think, whereas Interview was very suitable to who Louis was as a character, this was very suitable and appropriate to who Lestat was as a character. And I think the two characters are polar opposites. So I think the show's approach, the show approached things accordingly. I don't even feel comfortable comparing the two.
It's hard.
I'm saying what's better. Mm-hmm. Interview with the Vampire is better. This is good, really, really good, but this is good also in comparison to Interview the Vampire because you already know the story that Louis said, and now we're looking at this side. So this is better. It's enhanced by that. So if you like have individually by themselves, Interview with the Vampire is longer. It's the beginning of the story. It goes through their lives with a lot of ways. It goes through more years. So like it's not fair to compare, but what's better right now? Interview with the Vampire is better. But if you add Lestat with Queen of the Damned next year, now we might be talking about something.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, see, that's kind of the thing though, is like you have to continue Interview with the Vampire was written as a standalone. Like when Anne Rice wrote that, this much I know. When she wrote it, she thought this is it. This is so she told the whole story, you know what I mean? And then it wasn't until years later, you know, she was kind of done through the eyes of Louis. Like, and as far as I know, she never goes back to seeing the world through Louis's eyes. After Interview with the Vampire, it's pretty much all Lestat. Like Lestat becomes the main character, but also after that, it's she writes books to keep writing books. You know what I mean? Like so, like Lestat leads into this book, and then this book leads into this book. Where Interview was its own thing, you know. So you're able to kind of get a fuller story with the 2 seasons of Interview, where Lestat kind of needs to lead into the next story, and then that story needs to lead into the next story, you know, because that's how those books were kind of written, you know. So, but I agree, like that was better because I think it was more fleshed out. Like you fell in love with who Lestat was and hated him, and Louis, you hated him, and you fell in love with Claudia, and then everything that happened in season 2. You know, but like you need all of that to get to where you're at now in Lestat. You know, like you had to understand Claudia's story to get to that last episode of Ghost Claudia, you know, kind of thing, and you know, and really feel it. You know, so yeah, it's hard to compare, but just as a story, like season 1 and season 2 of like Interview, like told a.
It's easy to say story. It's not better. Doesn't mean that it's worse. It's not better. It's not.
Yeah, I think it's not finished. Like season 2, it finishes. Like if that's all they ever did, if they did 2 seasons and then that's it, like I would want more, but at least I would be like, well, that's how it ends. You know. At least here, it's like if this season ends and we never get, if AMC is like we're done, we're not getting another season, I'm gonna be pissed because I was like, no. You set us up for the next part of the story. Like I want it, you know. So yeah,
I will say even that season 1 is better than season 2
of Interview. Yeah, season 1 was so good. The way they
it's the foundation of everything. It's the foundation of their relationship, the foundation of their love, the foundation of Claudia. It's the foundation of so many things. So it's hard to say anything's better than season 1. Not saying season 2 is not phenomenal. Not saying that season 3 is not great. You know, Interview with the Vampire or Vampire Lestat. None of that is saying that. Just that what's the best one? Season 1's the best.
Yeah. Exactly. They never address how Armand and Daniel can walk in the sun.
Armand has so many things, so many years on him. He's so old.
Yeah. In season, I believe it was season 1. Yeah. It was at the end of season 1 where Daniel's, you know, berating Louis about whatever, and then behind is when you see, you know, Rashid, you know, rising, and then that's when he finds out he's like, oh, you can't be a vampire, so you walk in the sun. He's like, what does a star have against the 400-year-old vampire? You know. You know, and that's when he's like, "Oh, the love of my life, Armand," and then that's kind of how that season ended. Like what?
Like what?
Yeah. Because I remember it ends with like finding out Rashid is Armand,
the real Rashid,
and then you get season 2, you get the real Rashid. So, yeah. So, oh man, but yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Yeah, we'll do House of Dragon just so we don't fall behind. Probably do it offline or something like that. But
okay,
yeah, we'll do that for free tomorrow. we'll do something quick. But make sure you guys come and join us Thursday. We'll probably rate or rank our Christopher Nolan movies. We got X-Men '97
stuff here, so we gotta be able to talk about collectors, his ranking too while we doing it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, there's that. There's some big news going on with the Paramount WB merger, like a real big news that came out like today. So well, if we have time, we'll talk about it. I don't know if anybody really cares that much, but I mean, for me, I'm interested in it. So that's always kind of like that's going to be around for a while. that news, at least for the next couple months. So at least
where it goes. Depends on where it goes from here.
Yeah, the shit the judge did today was like, oh shit, like all right, Then you have the whole European Union doing shit. So there's like that. If we have time, we'll get into that. But definitely X-Men, because hell yeah, it's X-Men. And definitely we'll rank some Nolan stuff. And I think that's about it. There's nothing else really coming out.
I mean, we'll probably have a trailer, have an X-Men,
trailers,
do a Nolan. That's enough.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. But yeah, we appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with us, sticking around the whole time. But let's get out of here. Cool. Yeah, have a good night, and we will see you guys later.
Peace.
See you guys.
The board has concluded the call.